Testing, testing. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Let's fade on out. And we'll hang out until some more people get in. Hello, now people should hear you.
Yo, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Does the sound good? Because I moved my microphone kind of far away. Does it sound far away?
That sounds fine for me.
Oh, cool. That'd be
Can
cool.
Josh hear you now? Yeah, there we go.
Josh, how do I sound?
You don't need that spit part in front of you.
Nah, not it's that far.
How do I sound?
Josh, how do I sound? Oh, look at that. That looks cool. Check it out. Here's the stream.
How do I sound? You sound the same.
Cool. Hey, look at that. I don't see like your whole stream setup on the screen here, but I'm looking at it on the phone here, and it looks dope. You got the purple
Cool.
and the green.
Yeah, I thought we can combine our colors.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Huh? Oh, he has the green light, and he made it green.
Oh, look at that. You got some green in the background.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh, if only it was over here.
A little ombre.
Here. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it a little bit of time, see if more people show up, and then if not, Josh knows everything, so we don't have to go into too much stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
hello! Oh, hey!
Who's that? Oh.
That is one of my mentees. Her name is Emma, and yeah, I've known her for quite a while. She's a good friend, and I've known her stepmom for years.
What's a MT?
Emma, sorry. I'm mentee.
Oh,
so like,
mentee.
I'm her mentor. She's my mentee.
Oh, got it. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna share it now that we're going here.
Cool. Yeah. Get folks going. Get them in.
Oh, and Kevin, you're cool with me going live on Instagram as well, right? I'll try to guide people over here.
Yeah. Totally cool with that. I think that'll be probably an easier way to get some people over too.
Yeah, for sure.
My stories don't get out as much as yours, and also stories pump out in like a weird rate, so I don't think people see them always.
Yeah.
Like right away.
Instagram did an update today. I'm all confused. Here we go.
No.
Okay, who else is here?
Okay.
Oh, we got a few more people popping in. Says we got 5 people in. Some might be just like live folks, though. Sometimes I can't see all the names. For those of you coming in, thank you. Welcome, all you guys in chat. My name is Kevin. I go by KGart on Twitch and Instagram. I'm here with Wade, Unparalleled Universe, the granddaddy of Odious, the father of Odious, the creator.
Yeah. Yes.
Big dog. So yeah, why don't you tell the few folks that are here a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I run a YouTube channel called Unparalleled Universe. Do a bunch of action figure related stuff, live streams, reviews, just typical action figure stuff, hunting, all kinds of fun, whatever. And then like Kevin said, I'm the father of Odious. Me and Kevin work together to bring Odious to life, along with some other super talented people. But yeah, it's my creation, something I'm very proud of. We're able to get a figure out last year, and now we're working on some new ones.
Yeah, and it's super exciting. I've been just super stoked to be part of this, and glad that I was able to kind of like find my way in there. And I guess that kind of leads into how we met, was in a kind of funny, interesting way. I think I had just started working doing action figures and stuff, and your channel was still pretty young at that point.
Yeah, I was pretty new to. I was maybe doing it for like about a year, maybe like some close to a year by the time that you hit me up. But yeah, I reviewed your Rocketeer figure, which I
Mhm.
still have on my shelf over here.
Yeah,
Um,
it's back there for me too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have it along with my like favorite I have this middle shelf right here, and that's where I have like my Odious figures and my weird third-party stuff and my damn toys. My Dragon Man's there, my Face Off, all my like favorite like special figures are right there, and that's where I keep the Rocketeer.
Right on. Yeah, it was kind of funny because, well, let me do this first in chat. Emma said, yeah, I love the character design. Would love to hear more about him and the design concept. Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit, probably next. Um, but yeah, it was really cool because I had Rocketeer was like one of my first figures. I think it was my first complete figure that I had worked on and had gotten out into production. And I think you were one of the first reviewers that I saw, and so I was, all stoked, giddy, like little fledgling figure creator, saying, "Oh, somebody really liked the thing that I did," and so I just commented and said, "Thanks for the review," and you just shot right back, and we just started talking. It was really cool because I liked how I don't want to say impartial, but just you gave this really genuine take on the figure. You weren't trying to play up positives or negatives, which a lot of people were doing at the time that I saw on a lot of figures, and it was just you had some good criticism in there, along with just explaining the things that you liked, and I thought it was just really cool to see a review like that. So I just was like, I wanted to thank you, and then it just struck up.
Yeah, no, I think we've been pretty good friends ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
Even before doing the Odious stuff, like before that became a thing, we were still like pretty cool for a couple of years, just like talking
Yeah.
frequently because you would show me cool stuff you probably weren't supposed to, and then yeah, and then yeah, and then yeah, we always stayed cool, man. But I'm happy that was the case because when it came time to do Odious, you were like the perfect guy to do it because there's lots of great sculptors out there, but
Mm-hmm.
also I think like it helped a lot that you were like that we were like more friendly because it's easy to go hire somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like it was cool getting someone that I was like friends with because it's hard to do all this stuff and like you were like patient about things and receptive to information and like it was cool.
Yeah, that's actually one. One question that I wrote down because I was trying to think of like things to ask, and I was like, "No, there's not too much I can ask that won't be in kind of your description of the process of Odious." But I was curious. This was kind of like your first time art directing when you did that first figure, and what was that like jumping in to do that for the
Oh,
first time?
it was. I mean, it wasn't really a big thing to me because I have like I didn't, when you told me like, hey, you're really good at art direction. I was like, oh, cool. I'm just trying to be polite and clear. I think that's all it really takes is being like respectful, but also giving clear direction as to what you want. And I was like I've like outside of action figures and work and stuff. I've been like a supervisor and
Mm-hmm.
a manager, so like I understand how to like give directions in a respectful way. Um, so I think it probably came from that a little bit, to be honest.
Cool. Yeah. No. Yeah. I see how that would like kind of play over. All right. Well, with that, why don't we
Josh
go a
has a
little
great
bit into the
Josh has a great
campaign?
question.
Oh,
If you don't mind, can I read his question?
oh yeah.
Josh says double-edged sword, just in regards to working with friends and stuff. He says it could also be a risk working with friends. Anytime you all butted heads. I don't think so. And like, no, I don't think at all.
No, I mean there. I would say because there was a lot of as far as like the character, you were very clear on what you wanted, and um, the initial drawing that you gave me of the breakdown of the articulation of what you wanted was pretty clear.
Yeah,
And I started out with not like a, oh no, we can't do this, this, and this. I said, some of this stuff might not work out, but let's just get as much in as we can. And
yeah,
then a lot of that stuff can be worked out on the factory level, which is kind of normal.
yeah.
Because at that point, I don't. Had you started talking to Dave at that point yet?
No, not even
No, yeah.
close.
So we didn't know. You didn't have project manager. You didn't know what factory you were going to be in. So not knowing that, we just kind of blue skied it and put everything we could in there. And
Yeah, and then once it did get to the factory, they were like, "No, you can't do this, can't do that," and
Mhm.
I was like, "Just do it!" But it didn't work out. But as far as like you and me, now we never bumped heads because I think we got a pretty like good like understanding. Like you know what I want, and you listen to what I'm saying, and then at the same time, you're super easy to work with. Like you make like, it's very expensive to get people to do these things because all you guys who do sculpting and all that, you're highly skilled, and it's not just something anybody does. So
Mhm.
like for me, it's awesome that you like help me out with like prices and payments, and that's
Mhm.
a huge thing. If I was just to find someone who wasn't like that I wasn't cool with, that wouldn't even be a thing, and I couldn't even do anything because
Mhm.
things cost. But yeah, I don't think we've ever. And also like in regards to that, any like time I've said, hey, can you do this for me, and here's like the payment idea plan, if that works for you, I stick to those. Like
Mhm.
I always pay when I say I'm going to. And I think that's huge. I think that's what could be a risk when working
Yeah.
with a friend. Once you start getting funny about money, and then that's when it kind of goes downhill. So that's never been a thing. So yeah, no headbutting.
No, I mean, and you're usually pretty clear from the get go. If we're like starting a different section of the project, you're like, I want to start this, but I might not be able to to work that out until this point. And I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty flexible as far as like
Yeah.
when you would need to pay something, as long as it's not like I'm not going to be able to do it for a year or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a little bit long, but everything's been pretty reasonable. So even if it's longer than like one period to another, plus at this point, like we've worked on so much together that it's like you're reliable. I know it, even if there's like a thing where you're like, oh, hold up, like something's up. I'm like, cool, just let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
So,
sure.
do you
That's
want
a
to
big
talk
part.
about uh, this campaign? I'm actually going to switch us over for a second. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll actually start the Instagram live once you start sculpting and stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Not to show people or anything, but just so that like if there's like lulls or you're focusing doing your thing, I could be like, hey,
Yeah. So, do you want to go into campaign at all and talk a little bit about what's going on right now?
Yeah, the campaign. We got some new Odious figures that we're trying to get made. There's a campaign for 2 out of the 4 versions that we kind of have ready. It's the Cowboy and the Soldier, up on Kickstarter now. And yeah, Kevin did all the sculpting and all that good stuff, and we're trying to get it cracking. Got about 13 more days left for the campaign.
Yeah. It's at a good spot, but it's still one of those things where it's like it's that home stretch is a little scary.
Yeah, no, the whole situation is scary, and it's
Yeah.
like for me, it's like I look at it and I go, okay, we're kind of on pace with the last one, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there, and it looks pretty decent, but there's a long ways to go. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep hustling, keep trying to do my thing constantly, and hope for the best. That's all I could do, really.
For sure. All right. Emma asks, they look sick. Do you have a favorite? Do you two have a favorite? I think our favorite is the same.
The
My favorite's the
Cowboy?
Cowboy.
Oh yeah, Cowboy.
Yeah, Cowboy for sure. That one just turned out really cool. I mean, the Army one, that was the first of the 4
Yeah,
um, that we worked on. But yeah, I just love how this turned out. Shout out to Rebel 10. The soft goods really sell it.
killing it all the time. I also really love the Inuit.
Yeah. And I think that's also, I think we're identical in both which one, what we like. But they're all really cool. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Cowboy for sure. But with that being said, unless there's anything else that you want to talk about,
No,
Odious wise, then let's get to sculpting. Slide that over.
okay, I'm gonna start this.
Cool.
God damn it! These new whatevers and kind of make it weird. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, for some of you folks that have not heard about me, my name's Kevin. Go by KGart82 on pretty much all platforms. I've been doing this for about 20 years, doing action figures for about 10. And yeah, it's been really fun to work on this project. This was the last head that we worked on, was for Legion's Con, which apparently turned out pretty well.
Yeah, they sold like crazy. They did really good.
Cool.
Hey, what did you work on before action figures?
What did I work for? It was mainly like Christmas ornaments,
nice.
dispensers, yeah, just like a lot of weird stuff. A lot of some Hallmark ornaments too. Did some of those. There were like these little like the Kinder Company. They do a lot of stuff. Let's see. Kevin, I'm working on some ideas for us to work on too. Cool. Yeah, no, that'll be cool. For sure. Now that I have like one set of heads on your site.
Oh, you did those ones for Between Two Sentinels too. Those ones came out awesome.
Yeah, and that was cool too. They were also really easy to work with. It's been really cool to kind of slowly get connected to this community, basically through you and through Odious. Another thing I'll say about working on this project that's been really cool is, we've talked about this before, working in action figures as a sculptor is kind of a thankless job, because I'm just a cog in the machine. Nobody knows me for what I do unless I like push it out there, and I'm really someone that doesn't need to be perceived for the most part, which is why this is very different for me. But yeah, when you put stuff out there and you see the response to a mainstream figure, it's can go pretty split. Sometimes it's really positive, sometimes it's really negative. But Odious, I've seen a few people hate on it, but mostly it's a lot of love, and it's been really cool just to see not just the support behind it, but the joy in how the figure works, how it looks, both with the sculpt and with the soft goods and all that kind of stuff. And it's nice, even though especially in the beginning, a lot of people didn't know that I did it. The compliments on the sculpt work were just really nice to hear.
Yeah, the fact that like it's such a small community and you kind of started to get in, like, because I think the first time you did a live stream was on the marathon at the end.
Yeah, no, that was the first time I ever did I've been on one other live stream, and it was a weird thing. It was like a theater thing that I did for a friend, but I don't really count that as much as like a typical live stream like this kind of setting. So yeah, that was the first time I ever jumped on a live with anybody.
Yeah, so like at that point you kind of became a little more connected with the community, and then you get to hear people complimenting your work by name, like Kevin Garcia did a good job, you know what I mean, like on Odious. So but hey, what's up everyone in the chat here on Instagram? So just so you guys know, I'm watching Kevin sculpt, or right now we're just talking some shit, but he's about to start sculpting an Odious head live on his Twitch. I left a link to his Twitch in the story, so be sure to check that out. But you know, if you're here hanging out in the live, I'll kind of show you a little bit, and you get to hear him talk. Hopefully you could hear the microphone. And yeah, we got some people here.
Cool.
Karim, what's up, yo? I hit you up, man. You ignored me. I got all sad. I was gonna throw away all of my A Different World DVDs and my Sixth Man DVD. I was gonna break it. But yeah, so you guys in the chat, I might ignore you guys a little bit here because I'm paying attention to Kevin. But yeah, be sure to come through and check out his Twitch. Is something new that he's doing with the live streaming sculpting, and you know, in the middle here of the Odious campaign, you know, he's doing some Odious stuff. So we talked a little bit earlier about the Odious werewolf head sculpts, and that's what he's going to be working on. So it's going to be awesome to see.
All right, so now we can kind of have our first like decision interaction kind of thing, and this can change as we go, but we can talk proportions wise about how big we want this wolf head to be on Odious. Let's see.
Shout out to Bobo, who's in the Instagram chat here.
Hey, Bobo.
Can you guys hear Kevin? Man. You guys in the Instagram, can you guys hear Kevin?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Just keep yelling until I say, yeah, they can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Instagram world. But yeah, so what we can do is, as I go, I'll kind of mess with the proportions because usually when this happens, it's pretty easy because it's another Odious head, so it's easy to kind of line up. But since it's another head, it kind of changes
Oh yeah.
things.
So when
So let me-
something like usually you have the Odious head, and when we want to do something, you kind of just modify things a little bit. On this werewolf head, do you have to start completely from scratch, or are you able to take some
Yeah.
of? Oh, you do. Okay.
Which isn't like a crazy deal, so it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to rough it in really quick, but it does make it different as far as like proportions. Trying to figure that out. So I kind of have a rough idea. I kind of lined it up with the old head and
All right, Karim, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm sorry to bother you when you were sick though, but I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hold you to it, man, because it'd be fun. It'd be fun to do a live stream with you, and I'm sure people would be interested and surprised that you're a collector.
who's that you're talking to?
You know, Karim Hardison?
Mm-mm.
He's an actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff, but I guess the thing a lot of people know him from is From a Different World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he played the main dude in there.
Cool.
He's a big collector. He's like a psychopath.
Right now, so for tonight, mostly I'm just going to be working on the front, which is going to be really interesting, because you and I will have to talk later as far as like getting like the profile kind of nailed down, and I'll mess with it a little bit as we go, but since we don't have profile art, we're just going to have to kind of wing it.
Oh, okay. White Man Can't Jump, huh? Were you in that? I don't remember that. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I don't
Yeah, I
watch
haven't seen
movies
that movie
with
forever
white in
either.
the title. Okay. Some people are asking if they're supposed to see Kevin. Well, I didn't want to show what Kevin was going to do because I'm hoping that people will go check out Kevin's Twitch stream. That's kind of the whole reason why I jumped on the live stream here. But yeah, please go check out his Twitch stream. I left and there's a chat in there, so there we go. Ricky Campos, he came over. Oh, now he's he's picking up the conversation from the Instagram onto here.
All right, yeah, pick it up.
Yeah, but all you guys in the live chat here, there's not a whole bunch of you. There's like 8 people, but that's 8 more people that could come over to Kevin's stream and see what's up.
Come see what's cracking over here.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try to get kind of like a rough profile in here, just to start things going. Right now the geometry is like really, really low. Let's see, what do we got? Let's see. How did he become a werewolf is the question. You should feel this because he didn't become a werewolf. That's an interesting topic.
Yeah, no, it's not a werewolf. Hold on, let me let me find. I just realized. Do you have the sculpt on screen right now?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. How do I find you on? If I'm just looking. KGart. There we go. Karim's coming through. Davis Adam. Hey, nice. People are actually coming over. That's awesome. Yeah, hell yeah.
Coming over, everybody.
Bobo's coming over.
All right.
Everyone's coming over. That way, I could talk shit to them in one spot, not 2 spots.
I know it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah. So that works. Cool, man. And then as I see people pop up in the live stream here, I'll just keep. Hey,
yeah, if there's any questions like that are specific to Odious or you, yeah, just go ahead and field those, and I'll just like keep working, and then I'll ask you questions. We can kind of talk as we go.
Okay, I will. I'll answer the werewolf question in just a minute. Let me try to get some people over here. But Mikey, what do you mean? Mikey, the figure report says he can't go because he's too lazy. All you got to do is click a goddamn link, and then it opens. Don't do that. Don't do that to the universe, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? You don't want someone to be like, I'm too lazy to check out Figures Not Included. Come on, man. Right, Kevin? You watch Figures Not Included all the time, don't you, man?
Yeah. Actually, that's a funny thing. Like, I'm trying to like I watch a lot. I watch more video games than anything on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm trying to change that up for a number of reasons. But it's good to like I'm trying to support more people and get to know more people because there's a lot of people that I don't even know, and I'm getting to know more people like through your chats and through Instagram, and
oh, okay.
Trying to fill up my my card. Even ones that I've like started watching, like I still don't know who's who yet, so I'm trying to like figure out who everyone is. I know Josh Brown because I talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get lost. Somebody asked about what's up with the werewolf. So can you go into what's going on with this?
Hold on one second though. The figure report says, what's the Switch channel? It's KGart82. But in my stories, I left a link to it. Literally action figures. You guys go to my story. There's a link to it in my story. I just posted it. It's there. Check it out. Click it. Come on over. It'll bring you right to it. Yeah, I'm sorry to delay on the werewolf question. I was just trying to get people. But yeah, it's not that Odious is a werewolf. I just wanted to include those werewolf heads so that it felt like there was extra figures in there, you know, like extra characters. So it's not that he turns into a werewolf. It's that it just more werewolves in there. No, Kadim, it's not in my bio. It's in my stories. So go to my stories. You know the stories, and it should have a link in there. Let me know if you can't find it. I can message it to you. Well, I'd have to get off here and message a bunch of people. But yeah, that's the story with the werewolf. It's not that he's a werewolf. I just wanted to include werewolf so that because it's an Odious in an army kind of suit, an army outfit. So I figured like you could put different heads on there and have different armies, army guys, and have like a different like a little troop of creature commando kind of guys.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone had asked a question. I think it was Ricky Campos. Ricky Campos asked, do you use Maya or 3D Max as well? And I use Maya sometimes, but for the most part, I just use ZBrush as 13 Monhead said in the chat. Mostly I just stick to ZBrush just because I like to keep in one software. It just keeps things simpler. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm Bo80. Is that Bobo? Or is that somebody else?
I think
it is Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo. Shout out to Bobo. You and Bobo make the magic happen for sure.
Yeah, no, it's been really cool to work with Bobo, and we don't really know each other all that well, so that's kind of fun. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm starting in this rough form. I roughed in some spheres to kind of get the head shape, and I'm doing this to kind of like go quick tonight to kind of get some fun progress. But something that's cool about ZBrush is they have this, let's see, first time using Twitch. Yeah, I'm Bobo. Welcome to Twitch, Bobo. Hope you enjoy it. I fell into Twitch recently and have really enjoyed the experience.
And Kadim, I'm going to send you guys the link directly. So please come through. Anyone else, if you guys need the link, let me know. So yeah, sorry, Kevin, I'm running around trying to send the link to people.
No, yeah, I got it. But yeah, so what's really cool, ZBrush, you can do a lot of traditional kind of 3D modeling, but also you can do very organic sculpting. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. There's this feature called dynameshing, which basically, I'm going to show the wireframe right now. That looks gross, but it's because as I sculpt, the whole mesh is changing. And it's really cool because I can do everything on the fly. And then what I'm going to do after I get this kind of like roughed in a way that I like, then I'm going to remesh everything so it looks like a nice clean mesh, and then I can actually get into a nice rhythm. Hey, thanks for the follow. Rodamaron.
Getting people over here, just taking me a little bit of running around there, Kevin.
Abs face, yeah.
Kadim, I just messaged it to you.
Hey, Doombot, what's up? Welcome to the channel. All right, let me get back into this right here. So right now I'm just kind of using the overlay of Bobo's art to kind of get like this rough kind of idea of where everything is going to go. It's going to look really gross for this first bit, which is kind of always like a fun part of sculpting in some ways. And some ways it's very nerve-wracking because a lot of stuff can start off looking really ugly, and then you get to a certain point when you lock it in, and then you get happy. So I'm going to try to get through the ugly phase real quick, and hope you guys kind of enjoy it as we go. Let's see. All right.
Okay, we got a
too.
little bit of a party here, Kevin,
Yeah.
with some of the Tuesday crew elite. We got Doombot, you got Bobo, Josh Brown, a couple other guys I saw pop up, Ricky Campos, Davis
Yeah.
Adam.
Welcome Tuesday crew, folks.
I think that may be Kadim right there. Cool, man. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You got the Odious body in there too.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of get that in there just so I can have a good reference, because as we go, hey, thanks for the follow.
You see Mikey's name? It's Bro Dameron. This guy gets all mad all the time, but it just can't get away from it. I'm more than just my brother's brother.
But yeah, I wanted to get the body in here just because one, I could just do it just the head and then size the body in eventually. But one is kind of fun because people are live and they can see some of the early files of Odious as we were going on, and two, it just kind of helps as you're watching, you can kind of see how it works with the body, and if there's any like things that you see that you're like, oh yeah, can we change that? Can we maybe adjust that? See how it looks like if it's a little bigger, and I can do that on the fly. A luxury that I don't allow anyone else because I don't want anyone watching me work and commenting as I go. But
why'd you start this whole thing then? I thought
this is fun. Well, see, it's a little different. So this is fun because one, we're promoting the campaign, and two, I know you're really chill, so I'm not worried about you commenting and having some fun as we go, and talking about whatever else we want to talk about while we do this.
Yeah, if anything, I'll just be curious about stuff. But it's really interesting that like these digital sculpting tools function like clay, or like it almost works the same as like you're working with a piece of clay.
Yeah, and it's fun because it's kind of like this hybrid kind of effect. Because right now I'm just like treating it like strictly like clay, and it in at this point, like everything looks kind of weird and kind of funky, and I'm gonna push and pull, and it's just gonna be kind of like organic and malleable, and then at some point I'm gonna switch it up and turn it into a more traditional looking mesh, just so that way I can have a little bit more editing involved. Let's see, would Wade be a very hands-on boss? No, he's I would say working with Wade. I mean, I don't know outside of our partnership, but as far as he and I working together, he just tells me the things that he wants. If I have an issue with it, I usually explain why, and we still try to find a way to, meet in the middle and make it work. And I don't think there's anything that you've wanted that we haven't been able to, get to.
No, everything's been good.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
I mean, if I hire someone to do something, it's because I trust them to do it. Like I'd only have issues like bugging people or being over someone's shoulder. Like if it was someone inexperienced and I was trying to be like, let's, maybe I could do this and do it a little cheaper or something. Then I'd be. In fact, when I first did the whole, I've mentioned how like the Odious kind of started off as like a comic I was doing back in the day. I remember the gentleman who was helping me with that art was super talented, but I knew he wasn't like a comic book artist, and I'd always be like, no, you got to do this, and that, because like I didn't trust that he knew how to do like comic book art. He was an amazing artist, like too good for his own good, really, but just couldn't really like distill it down to a comic book. And I remember being really like, no, you got to do this and that, and hey, just so you guys know, here in the Instagram chat, there's a few people that popped up, like Drunk Gizmo Customs and Wizard O Toys, that have been commenting. I want to let you guys know we're watching Kevin sculpt the Odious werewolf head sculpt over on Twitch. So I left a link to his Twitch in my stories, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, Drunk Gizmo Customs, I'm happy that you're excited about the Western Odious. Hopefully we could get it done.
Yeah. don't worry, you're not the only one that's excited about the Western Odious.
Yeah.
For sure.
Bro
Feel
Dameron says Wade is actually a polite fellow. I think that's true. I try to be as polite as possible.
You very much are, and which is funny. Like you've always been great with me. We've always had a pretty good relationship.
Yeah.
And then because I always find it funny. Like I know a lot of times you're putting on the character and stuff like that on your YouTube channel and having a good time, and it always makes me laugh when like people take it seriously, because like I at any point when you're like joking around and stuff like that, it doesn't seem like you're at any point trying to get anyone to take it seriously. And the fact that people do, I mean, I guess that's the internet though.
Yeah. And it's not quite a character. Like
No.
I am who I am all the time. I like to laugh. I like to laugh and joke around, and I love to make people laugh. Like, who doesn't like to laugh? That's crazy. So, yeah. Karim says, I was having a hard time getting to your stories for the link while you're live, but I'm old. Yeah, Mikey was having the same problem. When I was saying to go to the stories, I thought people would get out of the live, but yeah. But hey, you made it over here, man, and I'm happy because, Kadim, I know you're a big action figure guy. Have you ever watched anyone sculpt anything, or like, have you ever watched it at this level? It's kind of crazy because I looked away to talk to you in the chat, and then I looked back at the screen, and then it looks totally different.
Yeah, I'm cooking through, and things are looking funky in some places, and then I kind of figure things out and lock it in another place. And that's a thing too. Like you usually, like, I've sent you some work in progress stuff, but most of the time, like, you don't see from start to finish. You just see like either my first like rough like low res model just to see it's locked in, and then you see like kind of like, all right, I'm close to done, or I'm done, make some comments, but you don't get to see the bells and whistles.
Sometimes you'll show something where you're like pretty close to done, but you'll be like, make sure there's nothing here that you don't want different before I proceed or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I like to give that, especially like in this space, in this opportunity, because the last thing I want is for like me to do something and lock it in, and you just be like, oh, I really don't like that. Let's pull back, and we have to either have wasted your time and my time on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how that goes. Let's see, Kevin, the speed at which you're doing this is crazy or scary. No. Well, thank you. And I mean, really, it's just kind of the only reason it seems maybe like super fast is just because I'm kind of playing with it right now, kind of feeling it out. Like, I am gonna get to this point where I'm gonna remesh this because I want to have an easier mesh to work with that looks nice and that I can manipulate at a lower level, a lower subdivision level, which I'm not sure. Let me see if I can bring up one of the previous heads to kind of show y'all what I mean. See, Ricky says, I know how to sculpt a couch in 3D Max. I'm no pro. Cool to see this. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too, because you had mentioned when I was talking about, I give you the luxury right now of looking over my shoulder while I work, and you said, why are you even doing this? Part of why is, one, I want to do a lot more of my own stuff, which I don't really get to do. I go to work, and I work for a bunch of other people, and then I get to do Odious stuff, and which I really like, and that is like a good separation, because like I really like working with you and working on this, but it's still not like kind of like my own thing I'm dictating. Right. So it's giving me another opportunity to kind of like work on my own stuff, choose my projects, maybe do some original stuff, and also to eventually I want to kind of foster a little art community where, sure, people are watching me and I can kind of show what I'm doing and do a little bit of teaching while I'm working, but also I'm hoping that in the background some of these folks are working on their own stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow. Let's see, Droashell? I'm not good at reading. That was quick. Hey, and thank you for helping me reach my 30 follower goal. So that's exciting.
Hey, that was quick. After 2
yeah.
streams.
No, not just from this stream. Like I was at,
Oh.
I got maybe like 10 from this, so that's still pretty good. Because I was at before the stream started, there was a couple people that followed, and I like 6 or 7 followed right now. And hey Doombot, thanks for following me. Yeah. So for those of you guys that follow, I'm probably gonna do some more of this work in the future coming weeks. Kevin's like Bob Ross of ZBrush. Thank you. Happy Wolves is what we're doing.
Kadim says earlier I asked him if he had ever seen somebody do this. He said never, and he says I'm thrilled right now. I have ZBrush and a printer, but I'm scared to jump into it. What kind of advice would you give someone like that?
Yeah, don't just do it. It's kind of like this. I have been wanting to do streaming like this for this reason for years, and I was scared. And finally, I kind of jumped in and saw other people doing it and connected to people that are doing it. And hey, thanks for the follow. Let's see, Deb the Dude 74. And I kind of just jumped in and went, I'm gonna do this and see how it goes. And it's all these things are always scary at first, but as soon as you start doing it,
like clay and everything.
You can build your skill. You can test your limits. You can learn just by doing. Which I mean, it's kind of like with the Odious figure. Like Wade, you didn't know what you were doing to start. You were kind of scared to start a figure, and then but like it took folks around you to say like just do it, and me to be like, hey, let's do this. Like it can be done. The things that you don't know, I know, and the other things that you don't know, other people know, and then you know this character, so you definitely can make this happen. And it was just a leap that you take. So
yeah, I agree. I'm totally about the hey, just do it and see what happens. You know,
Mhm.
like there's nothing wrong with it. You're not gonna die. You know,
No.
so just try. Plasty says Wade is always scared. It's a secret. Hey, Plasty, what are you doing? I thought go over to Twitch. All you guys in the Instagram chat right here, go over to Twitch, and let's watch Kevin sculpt the Odious werewolf head. If you have trouble finding the Twitch page, it's in my stories.
You know what? I've been talking to Plasty about Twitch like over the past like few weeks or so, and he's just like, I did Twitch a long time ago, and I didn't rock with it, so I'm just gonna stay away.
Don't listen to Plasty. Like that.
Oh, Plasty.
Yeah, he doesn't need to like get married to Twitch just to come watch you. You know, you don't have to do anything. You just put on the goddamn screen, Plasty.
It's a good time. I do hope that folks that are jumping in here. I like I was saying, I am going to continue to do Odious stuff as Wade and I have more things that we want to do.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff.
And like I said, I also want to do some of my own stuff. I'm going to jump over to something real quick that I'm working on. So what I've been working on for the last 3 streams is this character. I don't know if anybody's familiar with
crazy, but this is
Free Ren, which is an anime. It's on Netflix. I'm sure it's also on Crunchyroll. But really cool character, and I started my first stream by blocking her in.
What does that mean?
And 3 streams in, we're here. So the next stream that I work on Free Ren, I'm going to start working on her face. Right now that's very featureless. I just kind of have it roughly put in there where I want things to go. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, so that is,
What's blocking it in mean? Just kind of like the equivalent of stick figures or something?
Well, blocking in, I mean, I don't think it's like a technical term, but just basically getting the basic form and details in. That's usually that's basically what I'm doing right now is I'm getting this werewolf head blocked in, roughed in as another way of saying it, just to kind of, so I know where the main features are. And I'm going back and forth, trying to feel out the volumes. Since I only have this like one view, there's a lot to kind of like interpret. And so I'm just trying to get the basic volumes of this guy from the front. And then eventually, I give a look from the side to see if anything looks wonky and kind of try to push push and pull and get that stuff to look as good as possible. And then once I'm kind of happy with where it's looking, then I'm going to do what's called remeshing. And oh yeah, I said I was going to do something to show you guys with Odious.
You guys that are still here in the Instagram chat, come over to Kevin's Twitch and let's watch him sculpt this. This Odious werewolf head sculpt. It's going to come with the Army Odious.
Yeah. So here is like the rough, or here's the lower resolution of the. Is that it? No, that's a different one.
Oh, that's crazy.
So here's the lower resolution of the skull from Legion's Con. So I roughed it in, or actually this was from a previous Odious head, and I just kind of brought it down to this level, reworked it, and got it to where you wanted, and subdivided it up, and that's when you start to put in like all the details and stuff like that. Let's see. Hey, Wizard Toys, glad you are loving watching the process. Yeah, it's really fun to show people, because that's another thing that I think as a collector, it's very easy to be separated from the creation of things. And I think when you understand more of how things are made and who's making stuff, it allows you to, one, respect the process a little bit more, and two, not necessarily be forgiving, but understanding of why certain concessions might be made. Because there's a lot of times when I've been making an action figure and you get the design and you had to make hard decisions on why we do certain things. And what's nice with Odious is since it's just, at least in the beginning when it was developing the 3D model, it's just you and me. So there wasn't a lot of that issue. It's like if we wanted to do something, we did it. If it didn't seem like it was working, then we'd do a little problem solving. But we didn't have to do much of that. A lot of that happened at the factory level, since this was kind of like a blue sky, pie in the sky thing at that time.
Yeah.
But when I'm working for other companies, they have a lot of established things, like it needs to use this type of articulation, or this line of figures has this particular look to it. So even though we're using a character from this show or this other property, the design gets compromised and gets changed to fit how their figures work or look. So this was all, we designed the function to fit the look of Odious, where there's a lot of times the look has to fit the function of whatever established stuff
it's got to fit in
the company.
Interesting.
Yeah. So let's get back to Werewolf by O.
I was going to call it Werewolf at Nighttime.
Yeah. Nighty-night Werewolf.
Night Werewolf, yeah. Hey, you guys on Instagram? So Kevin, just so you know, I'm pointing the camera because people kind of left Instagram. I didn't want people to pop in and just see me looking away, so I do have the Instagram live pointing on the screen here so people could see. But I'm in the chat telling them to come over and see you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, give a tease, get people over. Really happy to see all the people that are in here. Thank you very much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Again, this is my 4th stream, so it's really, really cool to have a nice group of folks popping in and one supporting me. Again, thank you, Wade. Also, you've been, as soon as I told you that I was going to start streaming, you were like already dropping advice, like, stay consistent, keep this going, don't give up. And so I just really appreciate the few people in the space that I know who have been really gracious with their support and their advice. Let's see, Josh had a question. Kevin, are you 100% freelance? No, I am not. I work at a studio that has many clients, and I've worked for many different figure companies. I've done work for Hasbro. I've done work for Diamond Select Toys. Rest in peace.
Damn.
Yep. which is really sad. Can we talk about that a little bit? Because uh, Rocket Fox, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I really enjoyed working for Diamond.
You made some bangers while you were at Diamond. Like
Thank
I
you.
love your group figures. You did the small group and the big one, huh?
Yeah, I did the movie,
Yeah.
smaller, the teenage Groot, and I also did. Oh, I can get it right now. I have the comic.
Whoa.
It's weird.
Rule number
'cause-
one: don't walk away from the stream. Okay.
Yeah,
Rule
here we
number
go.
one.
This guy right here.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that one.
And this was really fun because it was kind of based off of a comic design, but it was tweaked a little bit. So it
Yeah.
isn't exact. But yeah, I really love this figure. This is one of the times where I felt that Diamond really nailed it.
Yeah, that whole Guardians wave was pretty cool. Like some of them had like, I want to say John St. John did the Star Lord.
Yeah, he
And-
did.
That one came out pretty good, but it looked great, but the articulation wasn't that great. Did you do the
Mhm.
rocket in that wave too? Because that was
I
a
didn't do the
banger.
rocket, but
Oh,
we did the rest of that line. I think the Star Lord was the only one that wasn't done by us.
I wonder who did the rocket, because that was the rocket and the Groot were both the standout. Hey, it's funny every time I go to Disneyland because they still have that Groot in the display case at at the Guardians ride.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Well, wait, I'm sure they did or they must have like a year ago. It was very recent when I saw it, and I was like, oh
Mhm.
shit, Kevin's work right there.
Hey, Plasty, he made it. Thanks for the follow, Plasty. Appreciate
After
it.
that big old protest. Hey, what's up, you guys here in the Instagram live stream? Just kind of a reminder, we're watching Odious sculptor Kevin Garcia sculpt the werewolf heads for the Army Odious figure. So if you back the Army Odious figure, you're going to get this werewolf head along with another one. So Kevin hadn't sculpted it yet, and he wanted to do this live stream. So here we are sculpting it. And I mean, not we. I'm just here, but Kevin's sculpting it.
You're not just here.
I'm like, I feel like one of those guys on the side of the road with the sign spinning, trying to get people to go buy Subway or whatever.
Yeah. So right now, kind of what I'm going to do is I am going to go into that retopology thing that I was talking about earlier, where I'm going to turn this into a wireframe. There's still parts of it that are kind of funky, but that's stuff that we're going to have to kind of like work out as we go, because again, we don't have a profile view, so we're going to have to kind of decide together kind of how this stuff resolves. Not necessarily tonight, but you know, I'll work on some stuff, and when I get it closer, you know, you can give your feedback. If there's things that you're like want to say tonight, feel free. This is, like I said, one of those rare opportunities where you get to kind of like talk about it live and figure out what you want, and that is.
Yeah, if I see anything that catches my eye here, I'll be sure to let you know.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to say something too early and you be like, okay, I'm getting there, motherfucker, relax,
Mhm.
you know.
Well, and that's funny too, because like there are some times where like I've sent you stuff, and I kind of know where I'm still taking it, but I still want your feedback. And you'll say something, and I literally will say like, yeah, I'm already planning on doing that. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought it up. That's cool. Like, I never get like mad if you bring up something that like I'm intending to mess with already. But I also like to say at that point, like, yeah, it's on my mind, just so you have, you know, the confidence that you know it's going to get done, because I'm already kind of thinking about it. But it's usually just so that instant feedback is nice when I send stuff that's work in progress, so that way I know what you're thinking. Maybe there is something that you're thinking about that I have missed, or if it's all stuff that I'm like intending to do, then I know I'm on the right page and I can just keep cooking along and don't really need to do much. All right. So
the official Bug Chugs on Instagram says this looks hella fire. Yeah, Kevin is a beast with the sculpting work, man. He always does great work.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's one of those things where, again, it's like putting myself out here like this is a little different, and it is kind of nerve-wracking because you've already heard me say it, this is kind of like the ugly phase of sculpting.
Yeah.
And
Hideous.
yeah, and to hear people enjoy seeing this part of it and still think it looks all right. Hey, MW Forrester, thanks for the follow.
Oh, that dude's a beast. He's been, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but he's been taking pictures of Odious like every day since the campaign started. And I get hyped up every time I see him because they're not quick, lazy shots. It's not like he's just taking a picture like very quickly. It's like a full-on setup and all types of craziness. He's been killing it.
All right, let's see. Josh,
Emily
I guess
and Josh
Josh asked above, do I avoid symmetry tool when sculpting? No, I do not. And actually, I'm going to bring it back to symmetry in just a moment.
Is that where you do one side and it happens
yeah.
on the other side?
Yeah, right now, like I've been kind of going back and forth because I'm kind of still feeling out some of the shapes. And this is mostly symmetrical except for the smile. As you can see, like I kind of brought some symmetry back in here that I had gone away with at first. But yeah, again, at these early stages, I'm just kind of like feeling stuff out just to see what's working, what's not. And then I'm going to do this kind of bit of magic right here.
You guys in the chat, you won't hear me talk all that much.
And we'll see how it goes. We'll do this first.
You want to watch it? Come over to Kevin's Twitch stream. Link is in my stories. Sorry, I was trying to talk to the Instagram chat without interrupting you.
Oh, I thought you were whispering sweet nothings to
Plasti? Never.
Yeah. So as you can see right here, I did this without symmetry, so I don't really like the way that looked. I forgot to turn it back on. Luckily, it's really easy to step back. But as you can see, like it already it did a lower resolution version of this mesh, and this is a little bit more workable. And this is where I start more pushing and pulling and getting the shape in now that I have the basic overall shape. And I'm still. Here's a question for you. Hair on this face, is there anywhere, is it just the nose that you kind of want to be like that kind of like dog nose texture and then hair everywhere else? Or is there anywhere that you want kind of like flesh?
Well, the lips.
Okay, so you want the lips to be more fleshed out?
Yeah, yeah. And then, that's about it. Like the nose and maybe like up, like above, you got the round part of the nose, but maybe like up above, like to blend in from the fur to the like the higher part of the nose, and
maybe like right here, the upper part of the nose, and then kind of blend out into the cheek.
Yeah.
Do you want the upper part of the lip to be fur? Or do you want that to be kind of like the same blend out from there?
You mean probably the same blend out. Let's see how that goes.
Okay. So all right, I'm going to step back a little bit, back to the squidgy version, and I'm going to put symmetry on, and then I'm going to try remeshing again.
Oh shit.
Let's see.
Okay. What are these things? It keeps saying I earned some points. What is that? Do you get?
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's a thing with Twitch where basically when you're hanging out in the chat, you kind of like earn these little kind of experience points, and you can put them towards things. I don't have any of that stuff set up yet, so you're earning experience points that you can roll over to when I get these little widgets where people can spend them and say hydrate or do a thing. With this, mostly it's going to be just I'm trying to hydrate myself, but there's going to be times where I will love it if chat reminds me because I can kind of get lost in what I'm doing.
Man, Plasti used to be the best. He'd text me like randomly during the day to drink water because I go days without drinking water because I just don't think about it. And Plasti was doing a good job. I think he wants me to die now. Like he wanted me to live for a while, but now he wants me to die. So.
What do those crowns mean? That's a good question too. Again, I'm getting really new to Twitch. That is, I think if you have Prime, Amazon Prime, and your Twitch kind of links to it. Apparently with Prime, you get one free sub that you can spend a month. I right now I'm not at the point where I can monetize. I know there's a thing that looks like people can do gifted subs for me. I don't think that's kind of how it's going to work yet because I'm still just starting out. But eventually, if you want to subscribe to my channel and actually spend money and kind of like support in the back end, so I can maybe up to production and do some more things for the channel on both the art. Hey, Megacarp. In the words of D'Amazing. So yeah, so that's kind of what the crown means. You can actually subscribe for free, basically, to someone. But I would still get, or whoever you subscribe to would still get compensation for it. Let's see. I'm trying to see if you're good on your own. I'll circle back in January to see if you...
I've been working on this bottle of water for like since Thursday.
I've talked about this before. This is something in ZBrush. It's great. It autosaves, but sometimes it autosaves at inconvenient points when I'm trying to do something. When they were talking about adding this feature, it was really exciting. They're like, yeah, it won't interrupt you. You can set it to autosave at a certain point, but it's not going to do anything when you're in the middle of working, and that's not true. It does it all the time when I'm in the middle of something, and sometimes I have like a rhythm or a flow going, and boom, it's autosaving. And it's frustrating as heck.
Big Chugs Official came over from Instagram. Good stuff, man. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, thanks for coming over.
He says, I'm on Twitch now. What's up? Not a whole lot of guys on Instagram right now. It says only 2 viewers, but I see a bunch of people in the chat, so I don't know. But anyways, if there's anyone here on Instagram, go to the link in my stories to come check out Kevin on his Twitch channel, Sculpting Odious stuff. I hate to keep repeating that, but like on Instagram, people come and go so frequently. It's
no, it's fine, and I don't mind that. It brings people over. One, to support Odious. By the way, I pinned in the top comment the Kickstarter link. So if anybody has not backed Odious yet, what are you doing?
Yeah,
back it now.
Burn in hell. Oh no. I wonder if anyone in the chat. If there's anyone in the chat who hasn't backed it, that'd be awesome if you backed it tonight during Kevin's stream.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I would appreciate it. Obviously, Wade would appreciate it. Let's see. Right now, what I'm going to do is something else, where I'm going to remesh this again. But there's a really cool tool where I can kind of draw lines, and it gives me an opportunity to kind of guide the flow of the geometry. And so I'm just going to see if I can mess with this a little bit, just to see if I can get a better layout of the geo.
Hey, can I ask you a question that hopefully won't distract you too much?
Yeah, no, you can ask me anytime.
It's not really sculpting related, but given that you have like a bunch of figures that you've worked on out in the world, what's your favorite figure that you've worked on?
Favorite figure that I've worked on?
Like you see in the store and you're like the most proud of?
Aside from Odious, of course.
Aside from Odious, yeah.
Yeah. I would say that's kind of twofold. So my favorite figure is probably the Diamond Select Gladiator Hulk.
Gladiator
from Ragnarok.
Oh, you did that one?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I must have known at the time, but maybe
you knew at the time. But that was it's been a minute.
Yeah, you killed that one. That one's amazing.
Yeah, I really loved working on that one. That one was really cool to work on, and another one where they knocked it out of the park production wise.
Yeah.
And then I've kind of got 2 lines that are my favorite, that are kind of like neck and neck. Was the Ghostbusters line again for Diamond? Like I said, I liked working for Diamond, and the Muppets line.
Oh yeah, that's right. I love those.
So favorite figure has to be Gladiator Hulk, and those 2 lines. As a huge Ghostbuster fan, as you can see, like I got Slimer over here, and I've got Proton Packs behind me, and I have the Firehouse, Lego Firehouse my son and I made several Christmases ago. So yeah, I really like Ghostbusters, so getting to do that was a lot of fun. And I've been a big fan of Muppets since I was a kid. Love puppets. So getting to work on that and bring some of those characters to life was really cool in figure form.
You've even done like puppet shows, right?
Yeah, I did. I've done a couple of things puppets wise. Let's see. I did a production of Avenue Q, which, if anybody's a theater person, that was a really fun show that I got to do. And then also, I got to do some improv stuff with puppets, and I did a show that was a parody of Les Miserables called Les Mis and Friends. And I was a puppet version of the character Cosette, which was just like this blue furry ball with a blonde wig. And it was nothing like the actual character. It was like this very dim-witted puppet just trying to be this character, but they were just really them the whole time. And yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Let's see.
What was I was gonna ask you something else and I forgot. Oh no, never mind.
All right, let's see.
Oh, you mentioned your boy. I feel like the last couple of times that I've seen your son, I've been able to get cooler and cooler with him. I think one day he'll like me.
You know, he does like you. He's very shy, for one. So when he kind of gets to meet people, it's kind of hard for him to come out of his shell. And you know, definitely the more he sees you, which, you know, like you said, it's been several times, the easier it is for him to like warm up to you. And he knows you by name. Like we talk about you.
Yeah.
And
No, I feel like this last time he was pretty comfortable. Like at first, because I know like his hand was broken, so then like I try to give him a fist bump, and he's like, "Don't hit my hand," you know, like I thought I was gonna assault him. But then after that, he was all hyped up to show me his Spider-Man that he found and tell me about the game and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was really excited to do that, and he is a big fan of Odious. Like, I remember when the first campaign came around, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you some too," and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, how many are you gonna get me?" I'm like, "Come, man, what?" Fine, okay, I'll get you a few.
Damn.
But yeah, no, he likes it. He's excited for this campaign too, of course. But you know, this time I'm like, you know, we're gonna share some figures. Got to save some money. But we're gonna support. We're in for two. Both Army O and Cowboy O, and then down the line, definitely gonna get the other two. Excited for that because it's gonna happen.
Yes. Speaking of those, Kadim is asking a question here. He says, "Wait, I saw you post the picture of the 4 Odious figures saying, wouldn't it be cool to have all 4 of these on your shelf? I think it was a samurai and the blue Yeti type dude. Are those old figs I missed? Or are those going to be available on the Kickstarter?" Yeah, so those are new figures too, but they're figures that are going to be available on Big Bad Toy Store if this Kickstarter is successful. So they're kind of like a stretch goal for the Kickstarter, but separate from the Kickstarter. That way, when the Kickstarter's successful, you don't have to pay for all 4 of them. You know, you buy the Army and the Cowboy, and then whenever you're ready, you could go pre-order the Ronin and the Inuit on Big Bad Toy Store. So they'll probably post those on Big Bad Toy Store. Like I don't know when they plan on doing it, but very quickly after the Kickstarter. I would say they're probably going to do it like in January or something. I don't know. But they'll be available then, and they're going to get all produced at the same time. They're all going to be produced like at once, so it's all quicker, and they're all going to come out at the same time. So
that's really exciting. It's cool that you know were able to kind of get that going. Let's see. Davis Adams says, "Kids are probably the only people Wade cares if they like them."
That's true. I only care about kids and their opinions. You guys on Instagram, just to let you know, I don't mean to ignore you, but we're watching Kevin Garcia, the sculptor of Odious, sculpt the new werewolf heads for the Army Odious. I posted about those today on the Kickstarter update. So if you want to get like a better angle and more detailed look, go to my stories. I have a link to Kevin's Twitch stream, which is currently going on. Like, this is live. He's live here. That's the other voice that you hear. But yeah, come through and check him out on Twitch.
So yeah, as you can see at this point now, I'm working at this basic level, and I'm working on, you know, point by point, just to kind of get the features in, and I'm not in that kind of like rushed sculpting kind of frenzy that I was in earlier to kind of figure out those shapes. Now I'm actually trying to think of the overall kind of look of want some Odious booty. The overall look.
Oh,
and also don't worry, I'm not going to share any.
Oh yeah, that's one where we bumped heads. I was ready to drive down there and hunt you down because.
you want to talk about that one?
No, yeah, that's someone always has to bring that up, and it's like I get all pissed off. But who was that? Oh yeah, that was in Figure Fight.
Hey, Aunt Gomez, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you coming in, man.
Oh, Agent Gomez, hell yeah! Wait, is that Agent Gomez?
Is it Agent Gomez? Because there is no. This is somebody else. This is actually funny enough. This is a buddy from another streamer that I follow. We both follow someone else, and we watch their streams. And he's a really cool dude. And I appreciate you coming on in. Appreciate you, all of you that have followed. Hello, KGart. How's your night going? Man, it's been going really great. Have a lot of people in here. We are supporting the Odious Kickstarter. I'm going to jump back over to that right now. If you have not backed this Kickstarter yet, come on in. Hey, Cable2345, thank you for the follow. If you have not backed this Kickstarter yet, please. I did all the sculpting work. Rebel 10 Customs did all the soft goods.
Yep.
Bobo did all the art that helped me bring this character to life. That's this art right here is another example. Let me get a better look. This wolf head. He does really cool work. It's really awesome to create off of, you know, the things that he creates. And Wade here on stream with me is the brainchild, the father of Odious, Mr. Unparalleled Universe himself.
That's right.
And again, thank you, Wade, for coming on in. It's been a blast to have you here, have the community come in, and to, you know, find another way to kind of amp people up for this campaign.
Hell yeah, this was a fun idea. I want to do something like this with Erwin Papa brought it up for like artwork, like jump on a live stream and have him and Bobo do some artwork. So hopefully I can figure that out.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I thought it would just be fun. I mean, part of it was like, yeah, I'm starting streaming, so let me think of some like cool ideas to do stuff. But like, it just kind of worked out well where the campaign started. Right when I was like, hey, I want to start streaming, and I was like, what? Like, there's got to be something like that we could do together to help push this campaign and just be really fun. So yeah, I appreciate you for jumping on with me, for, you know, kind of allowing this to happen, because you easily could have said, no, I don't want to do that. That's stupid.
Oh yeah, I would have said that to anyone else.
Yeah. What happened? All right, Wade went away. Let's see.
No, I just had to stand up.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, I hear you on that one, man. Let's see. That's pretty awesome. Is Odious a game? So there's a few new people that have popped in. Do you want to talk a little bit about Odious while I continue to work, just to kind of like let people know, you know, not just like for the Kickstarter, but like where did Odious start? Like, where did he come from? You know.
So Odious is a character that I made up, and it kind of came from like a bunch of different things, and you know, it came together from like different things that I was into throughout the years. Like maybe 12 years ago, me and a buddy of mine were like working on a little comic book. Didn't really work out or anything, but then we used some of the artwork as my thumbnail for my YouTube. Then eventually I started selling like head sculpts of my little icon, and then it kind of like there was some demand for an actual figure, and then we made one. And it was funny because like when you sculpted the first like Odious a long time ago, I didn't have a lore for him or anything. Like I didn't really develop the lore until right before going on the Kickstarter, the first Kickstarter. Like I figured that was something that I had to have done before moving forward. But that was like the last kind of thing to fall. And you know, I came up with this whole lore about Odious, the living curse. He's kind of like a Sasquatch meets like werewolf type of thing. And you know, I'm really excited about the character. I already have one figure out in the world that Kevin helped me work on, and Shout out to Dave Bonner who helped me get it produced,
Yeah.
and it's available now. But here's a look at him. Oh wait, no, I got confused. Wrong camera.
Yeah.
I'm showing it to Instagram. But yeah, here's the first Odious, and now we're working
Who,
on
this
some new
guy
ones.
right here?
There he is. There she blows.
Well, I can show this. Well, because I have this right by me too. I was really happy when you were kind enough to send me one of the first shots.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Because yeah, this kind of stuff has always been like cool to me when the factory kind of just like pumps in whatever colors they have when they're kind of just first trying to figure stuff out. And I think this is one of the ones that had the biceps were backwards still.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
who noticed that? I think it was Renee.
I think
showed
so.
him at Designer Con, and he's like, "These are wrong." I'm like, "Kevin did it. I don't know." Yeah, shout out to the Tuesday crew for sure, Plasty.
Hey, Tuesday crew!
It definitely took the love of the Tuesday crew to make it happen. You know, on top of the creative people and me being the driving force and all that, like it couldn't have happened without like this overwhelming support from the community, specifically the 100 or 200 people that consider themselves like Tuesday crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, backstabbers right there.
There it is, the knives flying.
Yeah, and that's another really cool thing I think that I enjoy about you and about Odious and Unparalleled Universe is this community that you've kind of fostered with the Tuesday crew, and that all started. Did that start during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Or like yeah.
Plastic.
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. But it's just really cool just to see a group of people really enjoy each other, be passionate about collecting, be passionate about action figures. Like I said, we live in a world where fandoms can get really toxic and gross sometimes. And it's nice to see a space where, sure, there's some toxicity in there, but it's not like the negative energy toxicity. It's all in good fun because everybody knows each other and they're having fun with each other. And that is, to me, that's all good. It's just when people are trying to like tear others down for what they like or for no reason that I don't like. Yeah. So it's nice that you and everybody in it have created this space that's really fun where, I pop in from time to time, and even though, a lot of people still don't know who I am, I always still feel like I'm part of it and I get to enjoy it, and it doesn't feel like it's not for people. As long as you're interested and can have fun, come and join and talk about figures and whatever other fun shit that we're talking about.
Plasty says talking shit in good spirits is what it's all about. Yeah, for sure. It's fun talking shit to each other, but as long as everyone's in on the joke. And throughout the years, I feel like I've developed a good community where it's like a couple of hundred people that are all in on the joke. And it's kind of funny when you see someone new pop up or me going on someone else's stream. Not everyone's in on the joke, and it always gets a little weird. But yeah, I'm really proud of like the Tuesday crew like community that's still going strong. I do my streams 2 times a week, and there's still always like between 100 and 140 people hanging around, and yeah, it's awesome. Some people have come and gone. Like there's a lot of names I remember from the early days that I just don't see anymore, and I'm wondering like, what happened to them? Like, did they just stop collecting, or did I piss them off, or where the fuck are they? Plastic Cosmos in the Instagram chat here is asking, what program are you using to sculpt?
All right now, well, pretty much primarily I use a software called ZBrush, and it is a digital sculpting software. Yeah, that answers that question. Pretty much, yeah. It's I really love working in the software just because it treats digital modeling in a more organic fashion, but I still have the ability to do some traditional modeling, kind of point-based stuff, kind of like what I'm doing right now, where I'm dealing with the low-res mesh. But then, like folks can see, once you get to the point, like earlier when I was working, kind of blocking stuff in, that was very free form. That was treating it like clay. And eventually I'm going to do the same thing to this mesh right here. It's just at this low form, I can kind of nail in where I want the nose to be and kind of add more geometry and shape it out. And then I can go back in like before and do more nuanced work in that kind of clay fashion. Let's see what else is going on in chat. This is fun for me because my chat usually doesn't move this fast and have this many people, so it's really cool to see people ask stuff. Let's see, this head right now looks like a Chad. Yeah, a little bit. Got that big chin.
Plasty says Final Boss. Yeah, shout out to Final Boss where he pops up every now and then. Bobo says you definitely pissed him off, Wade. Yeah, probably. Yeah, a couple I remember. Yeah, Final Boss. Sal was awesome. I don't know where he's at these days. Nicole Vinters, she was awesome. She used to be in all of them. Who else? I don't know. There's like a lot of guys from back in the day. Some of them like come back, and I remember Farts was gone for a while. Then he came back. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Inhaled Farts.
Inhaled
what
Farts.
A name. All right, now what I'm doing, and this is kind of the fun part why I like to get back down to this level to work, because I can kind of work to flesh out the geometry and get some shapes nailed in. So now I'm going to kind of put an inset for the mouth. And there's this brush that I like to use called the Z modeling brush, and it treats all this geometry in this one brush is a tool that can reshape and reform at this basic level.
Crazy. Bobo said, seeing the process from 2D to 3D is wild. I tried ZBrush a long time ago, but my brain wasn't connecting.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things, and I would say, like, I have the opposite feeling, where I enjoy going from 2D to 3D. My brain kind of gets it, but I've been having trouble lately just like getting my 2D thoughts down on paper. So I am very grateful for folks like Bobo who can get that stuff out, so then I can apply the way my brain works.
Yeah, Bobo's the best, man. Like he kind of downplays his own skill a little bit. But he's crazy. Like I kind of tell this story quite a bit, but I was telling him about like doing some comic book type of stuff, and he was like, no, I can't do that, whatever. And then he like just did like a quick fun one, and I was like, dude, this is fucking incredible. Like this is, if I was gonna do an Odious comic, like this is the kind of thing I'd want, you know? So yeah, he's amazing. And yeah, he's helped me out with a lot of artwork throughout the years. And it's funny because the way that I met him, like he was in the chat, but I don't remember him from the chat really early on. I remember he emailed me like a birthday drawing. And it was me with a bunch of YouTubers that I don't like. Basically, he didn't know I don't like any YouTubers. But no, it was a bunch of YouTubers, and it was really cool. But then after that, he started hitting me with some Odious stuff, and I was like, oh, dude, he's incredible. And then I just started to commission him to do things, and you know, it's very affordable and really high quality. So it's like perfect for me.
And that's another thing that, well, let's see. AZ Legends 480, thanks for the follow.
Sweet. He's from Instagram. What's up, yo?
Cool. Thanks for coming over. I appreciate it.
Hey, Gonzo here in the Instagram chat. What's up, yo? We're watching Kevin sculpt the Odious werewolf head. So those of you who are in the Instagram chat now, Pock Photos, Prescribed Drone, all you Tuesday crew guys, come through to Kevin's Twitch stream and watch him sculpt some Odious stuff. This is going to be the Odious werewolf head. To get to his stream, I posted the link in my story, so check that out.
That's it. Odious 1 of 2.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a burp or something.
it was something. I don't know what it was.
Yeehaw!
Oh, another thing that I appreciate, as far as you're concerned, is we talked about this before, and I still have to get my kid to bite the bullet, but he wants to become a YouTuber, and I told him, if you want to do that, you gotta, look into what it takes. You gotta find out what you need to do from people that have done it. You can't just go, hey, I want to do this thing. so I reached out to you pretty early on when he was talking about that to say like, hey, would you mind if my boy talked to you about stuff? And you were like, yeah, sure, of course. And as you can see, it's hard for him to talk sometimes.
To get his
He
thoughts out,
gets,
yeah.
yeah. So he's getting there, and I'm sure I'm still planning to sit down and come up with some questions for him, for you. But I just really appreciate that. Again, you've always been really supportive, good friend, in a lot of ways. You know, as far as Odious is concerned, when I brought the idea, like, hey, yeah, like I'd like to do that with you, and you were like, yeah, sure, man, that sounds great. That sounds like a lot of fun, and we did it.
Yeah.
And then being able to like talk about this and say, hey, do you think this would be a good idea? Do you think it would be fun for the campaign? Would you enjoy it? And you jumped on board. So I've always appreciated you being willing to jump on board with ideas that I have and being really supportive, as much as, I've tried to support you in all the ways that I can with both my skills and whatever stupid ideas I can throw at you while you're in the middle of doing your stuff. So yeah, I appreciate that a lot. See, somebody said,
no
see, Kevin, you have a 3D printer too. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. And I didn't do the print work for the original Odious figure because I didn't have my printer yet. But as soon as I did, and when we started working on, actually, I think the first print job that I did for you was probably was it the first Legions Con stuff, or was it something before that?
And no, it might have been that one. I can't think of one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. You all the Legions Con heads and the skull heads, you actually, I guess you could say, produced them, right? Like you made a bunch of copies.
Yeah.
And also the Odious prototype pieces, like on the new bodies, you printed all those. And yeah, for the first Odious, I think it was, I mean, it was a couple years ago, right? When the first Odious even started to take shape. So it was a little bit before you had a printer, but it would have been awesome if you had, when you first sculpted Odious, like it was so long ago that like it was before everybody had 3D printers. Like now it's kind of different. Everybody has them. But back then I only knew a few people that had them, and it was my boy Sculptimo Toys who printed one for me. And then I paid some company to do it. I wonder if that company's even in business anymore since everyone has them now.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's see. So kind of got the nose locked in. I'm going to add another bit of geometry in the... So I'm going to... Something that I've been doing has been adding edge loops where I need them for areas that are not kind of where I don't have the detail that I want, and it gives me an opportunity to change the shape a little bit more. And then I've been extruding parts of the geometry to get more shapes in there. But yeah, so this is... Sometimes I send you shots like this first.
Yeah, just for shape and yeah.
Yeah, and then we go over that kind of stuff. One-stop shop. Yeah, not for painting. I'm not the painter. That's Wade, or when he's like, I don't want to do that right now, or I don't know if I'm... then he reaches out to some of our other awesome friends who do awesome paint work.
Yeah, usually either Nico. Well, Nico, it took me a while to reach out to Nico. I don't know why, but he did some stuff for me recently, which is great. And I'm probably gonna see if he could knock out the werewolf head for me because I don't have time. Like
yeah, and that'll be easy because I'll just take him to work and be like, hey, here you go.
Yeah, I gotta hit him up, but yeah, so we'll see if he could do that for me. And then the other person who's helped out a lot is Beardy, the legendary Beardy.
Yeah, that guy is awesome. I got to see him the other day, which was really nice because I don't get to see him as much anymore.
He's a big old sweetheart, man.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so at this stage, is there anything that you see that you're like, hey, can we tweak that a little bit, or maybe there's
at this stage? No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't see anything where I think we need to get a little bit more deeper into this process here before I see anything that makes me go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, so this is the low res. This is the preview. Oh, let's see. Plasty, the owners from that company that painted for you, Wade, probably retired after that. I printed for you. They're now living
Yeah.
in the Bahamas with the money.
They charged me a lot for sure. I spent a lot of money at that damn place.
Yeah, because didn't the first print break too?
Yeah, but it was my fault. I didn't know what I was
Mm.
doing. Yeah. But that was funny, man. That was a sad day. Like, well, how long ago was that? That was probably like 3-4 years ago. And I remember I brought it home. Me and my family were all excited. I opened it up and I start to click it to like try to put it together, and the shit's just breaking. My daughter
Oh,
starts
man.
crying and all. She was all excited, and I was like, no, it's okay. You know, this is the process. Like now we know that that this is not a toy, and you can't just snap it together. So, you know, I'll save some money and get some more made. It's all right, and that's what we did.
Yeah, print. That's something that, like, when it comes to like the heads that I send you, like, since it's such a solid chunk, like that's an easy thing to like mess with and you know, sell to people directly and that kind of stuff. But yeah, when you're dealing with the actual articulated parts, like
Yeah.
all of it's so fragile, and a lot of parts are really small. Um, and people are like, you know, why can't you just like print a figure and send it to me? It's like, because it's not an action figure. It's not made out of the material that
Yeah.
figures are normally made out of. It's hard, fairly brittle plastic. And sure, I can make something that's close to product. Now they have some flexible resins that are really nice.
Yeah.
So I could
the
probably do
resins
something
evolve.
closer, but still, that's just still fragile. Like that's not going to last as
Yeah.
long as like the uh, figures are the Hasbro figures that you're pulling off the peg. You know.
Yeah, no, people, the material, the 3D printing material has evolved quite a bit. That's why like places like Legion's Con or Josh Brown Customs and all these guys are able to do what they do because their stuff is close enough to where you could give it to somebody with just a little bit of experience and kind of brief them on it. Like, hey, you know, be careful in this case. And it's like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's certain things that are common knowledge. Oh, you'll need tack to do this and blah 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 blah. You know, like
Yeah.
it's kind of evolved to a place where it's functional to make small accessories, but yeah, trying to get joints or anything, then it's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's pretty much a no-go. It's like it's good for prototyping and trying to figure stuff out and get things in the factory's hands or in your hands to kind of see what does and doesn't work. But as far as getting it to be something that you would produce and give to people and say like, "Hey, here's a product." Nah, even in with the strides they've made so far, it's still I would never be comfortable selling a figure that was like a printed prototype, unless they like you knew it was a printed prototype and you were gonna like do some sort of work to just like display it and never touch it again because you wanted that like particular thing.
I'll be right back. I think I have that print still. Ah, fuck.
All right, so while he's away, anybody else have any other questions as far as like the process, what I'm doing, toy making in general? I'm here to answer questions as I work. Right now, I'm pretty close to the point where I'm going to subdivide this so I can add some more detail. Since Wade does want to have that blend, let's see. I'm mesmerized watching you play with nostrils. Yeah, thank you.
Check it out. This is the one I got from that printing company.
Oh. Now, what material is that?
I can't remember. I probably have it like on an invoice somewhere, but on it, oh man. I bet you if you said the material, I would be like, yeah, that's it. But I remember Adam teaching me about like buying the plastic straws or whatever to put into the joints and hold it all together. Because pretty cool to see this. I haven't looked at it in a while. Oh, look, his leg works. Nice.
Function.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You can see it's all glued together.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't have one of those factory those white factory ones because I gave one to you And I think I may have given one to Rebel 10, maybe. No, I think she had one. She may have sent it back to me. I can't remember. But I definitely gave one to you, and then I gave one to my boy Robert Wright, who did the artwork that was the original layout for the articulation, like that body, the turnaround that looks just like this.
Yeah. And that was
Someone here in someone here in the Instagram chat is asking if you went to school for this. This isn't me, by the way, just so you guys know. It's Kevin Garcia doing the sculpting. He's the Odious sculptor, but sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
No, it's okay. So yeah, I'll answer that, and then Doombot has a question I'll answer after this one. I went to school for animation. That was my degree. And so I studied character design and actual traditional animation. And then I started to work in 3D. The 3D program at the school was kind of new, and I started working in Maya first. For those of you that know what that is, and I really liked the character modeling part of working in Maya most, rather than all the other animation stuff. And then I found out that there was a sculpting class, a maquette class. And so I started going in and doing some learning how to do traditional sculpting and building those skills. And that kind of like blended together once I got an internship. Yo, more figs.
More figs was cracking.
I got an internship with Disney Consumer Products, and while I was there, I was basically just reviewing designs and reviewing products and trying to help other companies that were doing licensed stuff for Disney to get things to look right, have the characters become on model. And that was really cool because I was I was just out of college with that internship. And I did that for about 6 months. And while I was there, a small studio that was doing sculpting work kind of came through, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. And I was able to hire in there. And I started out just doing design work, which I didn't like. And finally, they let me do some sculpting work, and were like, oh, wow, you're good at this. I'm like, yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to come to your studio. And so I was doing hand sculpting with wax and clay at first.
Oh, wow.
And it was them that they purchased their one license of ZBrush and had one guy working with it. And I was like, oh, I'd like to try that. And so they got another license. We both took kind of a basic class, and then we were just working in it. And
nice.
At that time, they had a wax 3D printer, which I haven't seen one of those in ages. It was huge. It was like 4 by 8 feet, and it had this big flat bed that can print like tons of stuff on it. And it would print in wax, and then we'd add clay to it, or we'd cast it and then pour wax molds of a finer, more workable material. But yeah, as soon as we started doing ZBrush stuff, then that kind of changed the game. And I learned it all on the job.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Are you still able to do anything with wax or like physical? Have you done anything like that in a while? You probably
could, but I haven't done it in a while. I have a waxer probably somewhere here that I took from some job that I was on, but I don't really have a need to do it now, especially now that I have my own printer. It's like you can do all the work in the computer and then print it out and it's done. Where since we had that wax printer, we had to do all the work, as much of the work as we could, and then we had to clean it up. We eventually got a better printer, or we would again hire people to print stuff for us or send off files, and so we did less and less of that, and it was more in the computer. But yeah, it was this very slow process of I started doing design work, and then I was doing hand sculpting, doing clay and wax. Then I started getting to ZBrush, and we still did kind of hand in hand. We would do some hand work with the ZBrush files to give like the physical prototypes that would usually be wax, or we'd cast in resin. But yeah, so that's kind of, and then I hired into General Giant Studios, and I've been there for a little over 11 years now, and I haven't touched anything but a computer since.
Damn.
Yeah,
For
which
those
is
of you
which
guys
is
who are just
which is great.
sorry, which
It's
that's the way you'd prefer it.
Hmm?
Sorry, you were saying that that's great that you've only touched a computer.
Yeah, like I really enjoy it. I wouldn't mind doing some wax sculpting again, maybe from time to time, but I really do enjoy uh, the whole process of working in the computer and then printing and bringing something to life that way. Uh,
That would be a fun idea for a live stream, though. Like just sculpt something by hand.
yeah, I might do that. Like I have a few things that I have kind of lined up that I want to work on currently. But yeah, no, that would be a lot of fun. I'd have to get some materials again and figure out. I'd have to do a different setup because right now, obviously, like I have my monitor up, but I have to get a different camera and figure out how I want to do that. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I plan to do with the free run one. I do want to do kind of a more live stream once I get to the point where I'm doing the 3D printing stuff to actually show the setup and the cleanup of that portion. So I want to kind of take people through the process of starting it in the computer and doing the engineering and preparing it for print, and then do a stream where I'm showing like, hey, this is print setup, and then probably do another one of showing like kind of cleanup. But those would be like shorter, maybe jump on for a little bit streams, because again, most of the process is in the computer, and then with the printing, like all I had to do is take the prepared files and plug it into the printer and press go, and then it, that goes for like 2, 3, 4 hours depending on how big the print is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just like stand there and show it all. Yeah, that gets really boring. But showing the cleanup process, also getting things off the printer and figuring out a camera setup for that too would also kind of be fun. I'd also have to figure out how to like interact with chat in that fashion because I'm wearing gloves, still dealing with liquid resin in that point. I've got a big mask on, a ventilator, so it might be a very like, hey, just come in and watch stream.
Yeah, for sure. Well, people like that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, people are liking this stuff so far, so this has been really cool.
Yeah,
all right. So
people are digging it.
Let's see.
Those of you guys here in the Instagram chat, I see a couple of new people popping up. Kevin from Toying Around, Kiwi Collector, Asian Kid from Up. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Yes, that's the name, all right? Not my fault. Yeah, just so you guys know, we're watching the Sculptor of Odious sculpt the Odious werewolf head sculpt. And yeah, it's been fun. We got. I think it's really cool that we got a bunch of the Tuesday crew guys to jump over and be in the chat, and chat's pretty active right now.
I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun again to like kind of get to know these folks in a different way, and to like for you guys to ask questions to figure out the process has been really cool. Hopefully, we haven't missed any questions. I know you've been doing a better job fielding that stuff than I, which I appreciate.
If we missed the question, it's because it was a bad question. We ignored the question. All right, this is on Twitch right now. I mean tonight. Yeah, you could. So I left the link to the Twitch page or whatever stream in my story. So yeah, if maybe jump out of the Instagram live and then go check out the Twitch stream, which is right here. That's what we're. Excuse me. That's what we're showing right there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see.
Where's what happened in the chat? Morphigs was the last person to say something. That was a while ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chat, you guys still there? Hello?
Oh yeah. Well, you're popping up, so
that was me. Yeah. Are you able to see how many watchers you have?
Yeah. Right now it says I have 15.
Cool.
Which it was around 20 for a bit, which was kind of cool. And let's see, I can see all these folks in. So,
I see.
Yeah. So I guess people just chilling and watching, which is good. That's better. Just listening to you guys. Hey, that's cool. As you can see, I threw some ugly teeth in there because this is from the Odious skull.
Oh, nice.
But eventually I'll probably use this as like a base. I'll probably rework these teeth a little bit.
That's crazy. Yeah.
These teeth are kind of fugly right now, So I don't know if I'll stick with them, but it's kind of fun to kind of get something in there at least. It also helps with the shaping of the mouth, since I already have these teeth kind of rounded in that muzzle shape. Then as soon as I kind of lock them in where I want them, then I can start to pull out these lips.
Toying Around, that's yeah, Kevin from Toying Around. What's up, Kevin? Thank you for coming through, man. I know you saw the live stream on Instagram, and then you jumped on over here. So
Yeah, thanks for coming in. I will say it is really funny. Sometimes I'll pop in around the same time that Kevin pops in, and then someone I know, like Josh, will say like, "Hey, what's up, Kevin?" I'll say, "Hey, what's up, Kevin?" Or I'll say like, "Hey, what's up, Josh?" And then Toying Around will say like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And I don't know who Josh was talking to at the point.
then it's all awkward. Ooh,
Yep.
Talking to you, okay?
Hey, thanks for the follow, Toying Around. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Morfig says it sounds like Wade is an empty church. Yeah, I put my microphone in a weird spot. Is it not working out?
I can hear you fine, but I don't know. I don't know if it's that could just be me.
Well, if you can hear me, they should be able to hear me. I don't trust Morfigs, man. Morfigs, I don't know about that guy. I was looking forward to hanging out with him a little bit this year's Comic-Con. He saw me once. I think he was wearing a t-shirt of like another YouTuber, and then he just, oh, what the hell was problem with
Betrayal.
He was in line. Huh?
Betrayal,
yo. Hello to all Joshes. So Kevin, I think somebody asked in the chat earlier, I'm not too sure, or they asked some kind of question. How long would you say would it take for you to do just like an Odious head sculpt, kind of just from a ball to a full-on Odious head?
If I'm just kind of cooking on it, it varies, like usually 2 to 3 days. So 8, 16, do the math. I'm thinking like an 8-hour workday.
Really?
So about that. Usually at this point, it doesn't take that long unless you're like, hey, like from scratch.
Right.
But usually 2 days, I would say is like the minimum as far as just like getting the first looks, and 3 days if there's some like more complicated stuff going on with it. And then after that, revisions don't really add that much more time. It adds a little bit of time, but it just depends. With you, again, like, we work pretty well together, and Bobo's art's so good. Usually it's easy to nail his stuff off the first bat. So you usually don't have too many comments. So we usually get through that process pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, that's crazy though. That's a long time.
This is feeling better at this point. This isn't looking as ugly as when we started. Which this is usually the point where I'm like getting more comfortable and going like, okay, I remind myself, yes, I can do this, because man, there's a lot of imposter syndrome sometimes where like I'm starting out like, I don't know how to do this anymore, even though I just did it like yesterday, and wow, this looks like shit right now. And then I get to a certain point, I'm like, okay, I think it's okay. Let's see. What game is this for? It's not for a game. This is for an action figure, an independent action figure called Odious. I'm going to flip over to the Kickstarter again right now. The Kickstarter for Odious is going right now. It's live. We have 13 days left. We are close to halfway. Usually there's a big jump at the end, so we're not too discouraged at this point. It's still not a guarantee, but... Yep. It's looking good. These figures are great. I really like how they turned out. The prototypes have been look good. Well, I think what's great about the prototypes this time is we luckily already have the Odious body.
Yeah.
So the figures actually are way more malleable for the prototype.
Yeah, for sure. It was cool going to Frankenstein's, and even though I didn't meet a whole lot of people that came, the rain really jacked that all up. But yeah, there was still like 4 or 5 people that came through to see the Odious figures. I showed it to them. There was no like, hesitation about letting them play with it. Same thing at Legion's Con. I was telling people, yeah, pick it up, just don't break the hat or the belt or whatever. But yeah, otherwise, it's a figure. That artwork right there is by David Williams.
Yeah, David Williams. Here, let's focus on that. So. Yeah, he's been doing some really awesome artwork. He's done it for the campaign. He's done it for a lot of other artwork for you. along with Bobo.
Yeah.
And then again, Rebel with the amazing soft goods. I'm so excited for this. Man, this Serape is just so good.
Yeah. It's super cool.
But yeah, so again, the link for the Kickstarter is pinned to the chat. If you have not backed it yet, please go back it, support. If you're worried about funds right now, you don't get charged until the end of the campaign, so you have 13 days until you would get charged for this anyway. So go back it, please. That would be awesome. And if you back Army O, you're going to get these heads.
The werewolf heads, yeah.
Let's see. So at this point, this is when I'm going to start kind of subdividing, smoothing out the details, and it's going to start to look kind of mushy again. And this is when I'm going to go in and start doing that organic sculpting look. And I'm going to kind of upsize the art a little bit. And kind of one of the benefits of, you know, having good reference to start with is sculpting sometimes has this like tracing element to it where I get to do the overlay. Where back in the day we just had to like measure stuff out and, you know, get as close as we can. This, you know, helps nail features in a little bit more. Like I'm not going to just sit here with this drawing lined up all the time, but it does really help to get things in the right spot so I don't have to do as much guesswork.
Yeah.
As I move stuff around. And I can just do a little bit of like light scribing. And this is when I'm going to start also turning off symmetry. But I can start to figure out where some of this stuff is to be as faithful to the art as possible.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Morphix says, let's get it past 80K. Yeah, it's only about $1,500 away from 80K.
Yeah, it's pretty, man, if we could get to that tonight, that would be awesome. Here, let's look at it again. We're about $500 away.
Oh, no, 1,500.
No, so sorry, 5,000. Sorry, I was looking at the 500 point. Yeah. That would be cool if we could go 2,000.
Yeah, if we could get to 2,000 or 2,000 more dollars on there tonight, that'd be awesome. I think a lot of people in the chat here have already backed it, but maybe you guys haven't backed like the skull head, or maybe you guys see this werewolf head and now you're interested in a 3-pack. Maybe go check that out. I have a bunch of different bundle options on there, but one of the best ones is the Army Odious 3-pack, because if you get that, you basically save about $45. You get $15 off each figure, and then each figure is going to come with 6 different heads, but 2 of those heads are werewolves, and the werewolf heads are unique. This one here that Kevin's working on is kind of based a little bit on classic Werewolf by Night artwork. The artwork was done by Bobo, of course, and the other head sculpt is a little bit more just a typical werewolf with like more of a dog kind of face, I guess you could say. Kind of, I guess, more classic movie werewolf, I would call it.
Let me see. I'll bring that up right now because that's you did the update for that, right?
Yeah, those are both. Yeah, they're on the update page.
There we go. So that's the other one.
Oh,
so that'll be what I'm cracking on next after I get this one done. And I don't know if I'll do another stream with Odious. I might do it. It might be like kind of a random stream when I'm working, and I might pop up. So if anybody's like available and you want to see this get finished out, then I can do that. But mostly I'm just going to try to crack through it because we want to try to get these done as soon as possible.
Get some pictures of these before the end here.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Mm-hmm. Iber Matthew, those look clean. Hey, what's up, yo? Yeah, Kevin's an amazing sculptor. Like, he did all. If those of you guys on the Instagram side, if you guys don't know, Kevin did all the sculpting for Odious. Every piece of Odious that you see is sculpted. It's done by Kevin. Hey, Paternia.com, what's up, yo? Shout out to Paternia. They got like a great page and a lot of reach, and they're super cool about like sharing the Odious stuff. They shared it a lot the first time. They've shared it this time. Hopefully he's down to share it a few more times.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fraternia. Good dude. So Josh Brown says, so the 3-pack isn't available as an add-on. So wondering if best to make it my pledge and just add on the Odious of the West. Yeah, that would be best. And then I think if you do that, don't you get a little bit of a discount on Odious of the West too? Hey, Natalie. Oh, shit, I think she might be asleep. More figs, a 10-pack of the half and half comes out to about $85 a fig. Give them out for Christmas. Does it? It should come out to a little less than that, no? Trying to give a bigger discount than that. Oh, that's for the mix. Oh yeah, because half army, huh? I mean half soldier. I mean half cowboy. God damn it. Bad Boys for Life says, I wish you luck. Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. 80s baby. What's up, yo? The Army one is fire. Thanks, man. Yeah, please consider backing it. You know, I'd love to get these figures made, and you know, they're gonna be cool. And the werewolf one is gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm sorry, the Army one is gonna be a lot of fun because it's gonna come with these werewolf head sculpts, and you know, you basically get 3 figures in one with that one.
Yeah.
And if you want to have 3 separate figures, get the 3-pack.
Yeah. Right now, I can see that there's like an ear there, but I haven't added that in. I'll do separate ears, but I'm just kind of like blocking in roughly where that's going to fit.
Yeah, Josh, it's probably best just to make the 3-pack your main pledge, and then add the cowboy. Let's see, is Josh doing it right now?
No, Damas, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So yeah, so it, you know, as I get going on this, I'll probably do a couple. I might try to throw a stream together, just for anybody that's interested and wants to watch this go further. But my next main stream probably won't be till after the holidays, and I'm going to continue up on free run. So if anybody that's here for Odious that hasn't seen, you know, I don't just sculpt Odious, though I'm very appreciative that I've gotten to be the sculptor for Odious. But I also do a lot of other stuff. Right now, my streams have been working on free run. Any of you that are into anime are maybe familiar with the character. My plan is eventually to make a statue. I was toying around deciding if I want to do like figures on stream, but I'm not sure just because that's a lot of engineering involved.
And, yeah, little joints and whatever.
Yeah. So I might at some point do that and make that like a longer project and go into the engineering of it. Because ultimately, like I said before, when we were talking earlier, that my goal with streaming here is to basically kind of foster an art community, inspire people to create their own stuff, learn what I do, learn 3D modeling through me, but you know, also do their own thing. If it's modeling, like a lot of stuff that I do could apply to Blender or it could apply to Maya or 3ds Max, even though they're different software packages, because I don't just go off of like, hey, these are the specific tools in here. There's also technique that's involved, and technique can translate from one software package to another. And then also go into the print prep and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my little pitch about that. So thank you for everyone who's coming in and following. I hope to see you in the future as well, as I continue my streaming journey and as more Odious stuff hits the pipeline, which, you know, this campaign's going to rock, and then we're going to make more. So we'll do more Odious streams as time goes on too.
Heck yeah.
Let's see, what time is it? And we're cooking along. We're at 9 o'clock.
Someone in the Instagram chat is asking, do you use Inventor?
Inventor? No, what is that? I'm not familiar with Inventor, so I don't know. Is that a 3D package, or is that a software that is with printing?
Josh Brown was asking in your chat there. He says, once you have a model like this, can you just articulate it and pose it without much work for a statue?
Without much work, no, but it's not as crazy as you'd think. Like I'm not gonna save it. I'll save it for another stream. But I can basically kind of bring it into a puppet mode where I can grab different parts of it together, and then I can, manipulate those parts and get it into the pose that I want. Depending on how complicated the character is, sometimes I can get through a pose in a day if I'm really like cooking on it for a full 8. Sometimes it takes several days if it's really nuanced and has like a lot of flowing fabric or stuff with or stuff with the fingers and all that kind of stuff if the expression is changing. But yeah, let's see. Kevin, do you go live on YouTube or only Twitch? So far, only Twitch. I've considered YouTube, but I'm not sure if I want to go down that realm yet. But again, I've only been doing this for a month, so that could change. But right now, I'm sticking with Twitch. It's a really cool space. I really enjoy the communities that I've become a part of on Twitch, and they've inspired me to do, a lot of different things. But I'm not ruling YouTube out. So, maybe one day I'll be a YouTuber as well. But right now, I am a Twitch streamer. Which is really weird to say. Like the first stream, I was like, I'm not a streamer yet. I have streamed. I've done it, but I'm not a streamer yet. Now, like, I feel like maybe I can say I'm a streamer because I've done it for a month.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the future, and thank you for everyone who's coming on for the ride. I saw someone say something about, let's see, 10 pack. Oh, and that was the Morphic stuff. Okay, you already covered that.
Yeah.
Any other questions in chat as far as like figure making or production of Odious? Is there anything else that you want to talk about, Wade?
No, I've done like 3 or 4 live streams today, so I'm like,
yeah, you are talked out. I don't blame you.
I gotta think of cool, but it's cool. That's why it's cool to jump on with different people. Like today, I did a live stream on Hedgehog Actions page, and then Dork Lair jumped on and 1/6 Shooter, and that was a lot of fun. And then I did a live stream this morning that like it's funny because like you kind of think to yourself like, hey, what's up, Zoe? How are you? Or Zoe Ellis? How are you? It's funny because like you do a bunch of live streams and you kind of think like, man, people are getting tired of this, or like I'm getting tired of this. But every time I do them, I get backers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's always worth it. Like this morning, I was like, let me just jump on real quick. I got like 2-3 backers, and it's like, dude, that's totally worth it. So
yeah, absolutely.
So like those of you who see me doing it and go, man, you're doing it too much, or we're getting tired of you. Like, hey, it's working. I got to do it. So
yeah, for every one person that's tired, there's someone else that's clicking in and backing Odious. So
yeah, exactly.
Even more. There's probably a few people that are tired, and there's more people that are backing Odious. So yeah,
I hope so.
Worked for Nemo.
Who?
Let's see, Nemodamus worked for me.
Oh, nice. There we go. Doombot says, nah, gotta push the product. Hell yeah. Morphic says, are you planning to have weekly live streams? The same time, same channel? I think that's for you.
Yes. Yeah. So far, I think this is the kind of the time slot that I'm going to do. It might change to Sundays. It kind of just depends on, you guys, really. It's going to be finding that balance of what works for me and my family, and for when people are able to come in. So right now, Saturdays is like the good day. Saturday at night, I tried in the morning. wasn't great. I did my first stream in the afternoon, but I think that was a little bit more skewed because it was my first stream and kind of people came in just to be like, hey, I'm coming to your first stream. So that was a little bit more attended. And that second stream wasn't as much. And the stream that I did last week, it had, a bigger group of people, even though it's a Saturday night. A lot of people are going out and doing their thing, but there are, I think, more people in at night versus during the day when they're out doing stuff. So,
for sure.
So I'm probably going to stick with Saturday nights for a bit, and then depending on how things go and how the community grows, that might change. But for now, I'm kind of locking it into 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays weekly, except for next week because that's the holiday and we all got to take some time off and I'm going to be out of town.
God damn it. I said be consistent. You can't stop the third weekend.
It's not the first weekend. That's going to be my 5th week. I'm probably going to do something during this week to try to get just like another stream in for the week, but I can't do the Saturday because we're going to be out of town. And as much as I would love to bring my setup with me, and I'm sure my wife would love for me to bring my stream setup with me, I'm not going to do that on a family vacation.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah. But yes, technically, consistently, I will be doing it on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if we could get rid of daylight savings time so it doesn't mess up my sleep cycle, that would be cool.
Yeah, speaking of which, how long are we staying on tonight?
You can stay on. I mean, I know you were like, hey, I'll stay for about an hour, and we've already gotten to like 2. So
yeah,
if you want to, if you're ready to take off, I don't want to keep you any longer. I appreciate you coming through. If you want to keep hanging out, I might go till 10 just to like keep getting more work done on this. And anyone that wants to stick around and ask questions and kind of just like watch, that's cool. But I don't think I could go further than that just because my voice is already a little hoarse.
Yeah.
I'm trying to drink my water, but talking a lot. I'm still not used to it yet. I used to talk a lot. Haven't done it in a long time, so I'm getting back into the swing. But yeah, so I'll probably go. Let's see. Quiet way equals tired way. That's true. But I don't think you've been quiet on this stream for sure. That's what I've appreciated.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep it going.
Yeah. To talk about things other than this kind of stuff, we went and saw Wicked this morning, and
how was it?
It was good. Did you see you saw the first one? Yeah.
I didn't see the first one. I've heard the song. Okay. No, we listen to the songs a lot. My wife and daughter love the songs, but you know what? They may have watched it. I can't remember. I know people love it, so that's cool.
Yeah. No, I'm a big, obviously I mentioned before I'm a musical guy. I've done musical theater. Kind of slowed down on doing theater altogether. But yeah, so I already was a fan of the stage show and the first movie. Really good adaptation of a stage show. And yeah, I think they really this one it had those emotional moments and it hit some of those really important songs. It also did a lot. It did change a lot of things, but it all served the story, and it didn't change like overall stuff. It was just like kind of nuanced stuff for things that that show is so old. There's some stuff that just doesn't fly as well as it used to. Times change, so they fixed,
like racist stuff.
Like what?
Like racist stuff? That's usually.
Oh no, not racist stuff. But there was because there is a disabled character in the show, and there have been some critiques and criticism to some of the ways they handled some things with that character, and they're not a big deal, and like no one's really like up in arms protesting the show, but they did some changes to the movie that kind of like took care of that.
Oh, got it.
and not like in a big way to be like, oh look, we totally undid that. That was wrong. It's just they changed some things subtly that kind of hit those marks. So you know they're listening to people, but they're not like, it wasn't like kowtowing fan service kind of weird stuff.
Right.
Um,
Josh Brown says it's not that old, Wade. I don't know what he meant. He's like, things won't fly today. I was thinking, oh shit, they got some crazy stuff in there.
Yeah, Morphic says they went to the musical live. It's a great show. If you haven't done, or if you haven't been to theater, that's a good show to go to, because it's just really well done. Wade, drink some water.
Got a little bit. Finally got through this bottle. Only took me 4 days.
Yeah, like I said, like if you can hang out as long as you want. Just let me know when you're ready to pop off, and then I'll just keep going. You don't have to hang till 10, but if you want to, that's cool.
Okay. Yeah. I'll hang out for a little bit longer, and then if my eyes start to close, I'll be like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah. But yeah, I really, like I said, I've enjoyed doing this work. I used to work in customer service. I worked at Disneyland for years and years and years. And
you did?
Yeah. I enjoyed that job, but it wasn't like, that wasn't what I want my career to be. What I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And so I went to school for art, and lucky me, I got to use my degree. It wasn't exactly the way I expected to use my degree, but I really enjoy doing what I do, and I just want to make cool shit with cool people.
Yeah.
And I get to do that. And now I'm getting to work with more independent folks. That is even more fun, for me. Oh, sleepy eyes.
Yeah, because it kind of sucks. It's almost like bittersweet. Like if you work for a studio or whatever, like you get to work on things that you love, but then it kind of like the process gets weird, and you hear how the sausage is made and some of the dark secrets behind the curtain, and you get a little like, man, fuck this shit. But that's why like independent projects are so important. Like there is none of that. It's purely just like creative stuff, and people trying to make cool things and whatever. So that's why it's important to support things like Odious and other independent um, toy projects or musicians or comic book artists or any of that cool stuff.
Yeah, agreed. Let's see. As far as the back, like how would you like the back to get resolved? Because we only had the front shot from Bobo.
Damn it, Bobo.
Which is fine. I mean, he usually gets front shots, and that's enough. But it does leave that question, like, how do we want to take care of this? Do we want more, like, a little bit longer to come down the neck? Here, let me bring the neck back in.
I would think probably just like, just kind of like, I don't want to say slick back, but just kind of go back naturally and just kind of end, like rounded in the back.
So let's see, with the art, it kind of has this part. So let me get the part going. So I'll do the split down the hair, and then
that's crazy.
Maybe it meets and then kind of like flows down this way.
Yeah. Whoa. There's your symmetry tool at work.
Yep. And then let me drop this down. So I'll bring this down so it like cups more around. And then do we want it to like come into the neck, or do you want to have like a little bit of like kind of like some fringe hanging down a little bit? Hey! Hankin17, thanks for the follow.
Hankin? Fuck Hankin.
It's okay. You don't have to be cool with that guy. I'm cool with that guy.
Oh, okay. I don't even know.
He's actually
name, man.
one of the first, like, when we started kind of like the first campaign going, and I kind of put myself out there to be like, yeah, you can like tell people who I am. He was like one of the first guys that like followed me from that, and we've talked a ton, over the years, and he's been really supportive, and So it's cool to see him come through on Twitch as well. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
There you go.
now that you mentioned that, the long, you helped me with Odious so long ago, but for a long time I didn't mention like your name or who you were or anything like that, because you asked me not to.
Yeah.
And then one day you're like, hey, you could say my name now. I'm okay,
Yeah.
and that was like right around the Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah, it was one of those weird things because like I didn't want to be perceived, for lack of a better term, for like a number of reasons, and finally I was just like, you know what, F this. Like, I'm really proud of it. I want to like be a part of it, and I don't necessarily need like a bunch of recognition, but just like I like that my name's attached to it because it's something that I'm happy with.
And it must have been especially cool, like when the figure came out and people were like, talking about how much they enjoyed it and this and that, and that kind of stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Josh Brown's. Oh, Josh Brown says, remember when Wade forgot who Hankin was? I know he's been going on the live streams for years, and then the problem was on YouTube it changed everyone's names.
Oh.
So I knew it was him, but I was tired, and I was dehydrated. I would say probably, and
Probably.
yeah, and I couldn't remember anyone's name. So I was like, "What's his name? He looks like Thor." He's like, "Oh my god." Sometimes my wires get crossed. The other day at work, someone got their windows tinted, and I do this all the time. I got up, I was like, "Oh, you got your tindos winted?" And like accident, I'm always like mixing up full like
full
"Oh,
words.
you got your tindos winted? Everyone's all, "What the fuck? Sit down." I'm sorry. Oh, a new backer. Oh, Jason has pledged 225 doll hairs.
That's true. Look at Plasty's comment.
Fuck Plasty. Oh, he says, I have a clip of Wade saying, "Kevin, who the hell is Kevin?" Did I? I mean, do you?
I
Does he
forgot
really?
what it was. I don't remember if you were messing around or if it was like somebody mentioned me, but like usually in chat, like I think it might have been Plasty that said my name, and in your chat, like if anybody's talking to me, they're just saying KGart or whatever my YouTube handle was at the time. And so you weren't used to hearing my name. And you're like, Kevin, who the fuck's Kevin?
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. He says, you can say it, Kevin. You felt ashamed of being associated with Wade. We've all gone through that. Oh, man. I hate plastic. I hate Columbia, too, by the way. Tappy Sad. Yeah, that was one where, what was it? Oh, yeah, Tappy Sad. When they said if Mayfex was going to make Captain America. Oh, man, that would make me so tappy sad. Sad. I got to drink more water so I could talk. Oh, man, that battery died? My green light died.
Oh, the green light went out. Mine's still up, right? Okay, yeah.
Huh? Oh, yeah, you're still good.
Yeah, at least mine's good. If mine goes out, then I'm just bland.
Yeah, mine went out. Luckily, I didn't notice. That's a good sign. I wonder why it went out, though. It shouldn't have. No! Oh, that's why.
So again, for all you guys that are in here, really appreciate you coming through. Hope you've been enjoying seeing the process a little bit. Again, I'm gonna keep doing this around this time. Usually my streams are gonna only be 2 hours. This is an unusually long. Hey, Radius 00. Thank you for the follow. I'm not usually gonna do a 3-hour stream. This is a special occasion because I want to keep Wade up as long as possible. So usually I'll do 2 hours. One, because that's enough, and two, usually in between streams I like to do a little bit more work and try to keep a lot of the fun stuff on stream. Luckily so far this has been fun from start to finish. I hope for everybody.
Yeah, I had a good time hanging out for sure. I liked I like seeing people come over. Like I didn't know how that would go, you know, because
Yeah.
it's impossible to get people to fucking do anything that's slightly inconvenient. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool, man. They a lot of people jumped right over. Shout out to Mikey. Mikey only stayed for a while, but it was cool that he came over, and then
Yeah.
Carneem came over, and yeah, lots of cool stuff. And then Plasty, Doombot, Plasty cried like a fucking little girl, and then Morphigs and Hankins like 10 hours late. Josh Brown's been here from the beginning, and Josh Brown didn't even have to be coerced, or
He was. Yeah. He was. I think he was the first one to pop in.
yeah.
What's the Kickstarter at? Someone asked. Still, let me refresh. Ooh, almost to 79.
Oh man, it'd be so cool to get like another, 1,000, another 1,100 by the end of the night. It'd be so cool to wake up and it be at 79,000.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So yeah, anybody, if you haven't backed it yet, please back it. Again, if you're like, oh, I don't get paid till the end of next week, that's okay, because they don't charge you until the campaign's over, which is 13 days, almost 2 weeks from now.
Almost 2 paychecks, unless you're a bum and you don't.
Yes, Josh Brown, I'm still mad that you're number 1 and I'm number 2. He was the first guy to back this campaign, and I was sitting there clicking and getting through, and I said, number 2? Who's that? And then I saw it, I don't remember if it was your chat or one of your Instagram things, and Josh was like, oh, number 1. I was like, that guy, of course he is.
He's been number 1 on a couple of live streams. I don't know. I mean, a couple of Kickstarters.
He's quick with the clicking.
He needs to get a life, really. Nah. Josh, have you met Josh? No, you haven't met Josh Brown in person. He's
no,
awesome.
not in person yet, no. But we've talked plenty. He's a cool guy.
He's cooler in person, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a fucking nerd online, but in person, he's super cool. And his son is a good boy too.
Yeah. Yeah, so this
Almost
is...
made him cry.
well, of course he did. Let's see. Dumbbot 9000 is number 9, he says, he thinks.
Classy says, being second to Josh is no bad thing. No bad thing, Kevin. His fingering skill is top notch. Bobo, have some class, Bobo. God damn.
I could have denied that, but I decided to let that one through. So thank you for the comment, Bobo, and you're welcome for letting it through. But yeah, so this is blocked in. Like obviously he's looking puffy because we haven't gotten the fur in yet, and I'm probably gonna do. I might do. I don't know if I want to do like a separate piece for kind of the fleshy center part, so that way I can kind of do a blend, or if I want to have it still stay as like one part. But yeah, so that's, I think for tonight, that's where I'm going to stop. I might noodle a little bit more. Let me save the work too before I do something dumb.
Morphic says, if you need to start a GoFundMe to back this Kickstarter, do it. We need this on our shelves. Hey, don't worry, Morphigs. We got it. We got it. It's going. It'll be. It's gonna be good, man. Don't worry. Still got 2 weeks basically, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a war the rest of the time. But I'm gonna fight the war, and you guys are gonna help me, and we're gonna get it going. Hopefully, Big Bad Toy Store. I can't remember if I said it here, but Big Bad Toy Store should have it on pre-order pretty soon. Or them on pre-order, and when they do, that should help out a lot. I'm looking at it like I expect that it would double. It's going to double the current, the current money that we're at right now. Like naturally, I think it would double that by the end. And then what Big Bad Toy Store puts in, we should be good. Like that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, again, like it's been tracking the way the first campaign did, probably a little bit better because the goal is higher. So it's already doing better than the previous campaign.
Yeah.
Monetarily, which means that it's if it can keep that pace, yeah, It looks really good. And again, I love that first figure. It's what made this happen. But man, I'm in love with these new ones.
Yeah, same here, man. Um, a couple of people in the chat are saying, "Oh, wait, so Big Bad Toy Store is locked in?" Um, it's pretty locked in. Like, so I spoke to them yesterday, and I said, well, it was really cool because this time they contacted me, and it wasn't the usual person I talked to. So I was like, "Hey, that's cool." But uh, so they said, "Hey, what's it gonna be?" And I said, "Hey, give me a week. I'll get back to you on whatever." And then after I talked to the factory and I was able to get the price lowered, I went to Big Bad Toy Store, told them what I could offer them, and they said, "Hey, that sounds good." And I said, "Cool. What's the next step?" And then I didn't hear back, but I think it's because it was like late in the day Friday. It was like they were probably off of work, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping they didn't take like the week off next week, which they're retail, so I doubt that they would. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Obviously, I know a lot of people at Big Bad Toy Store, so if I don't hear from the dude that I was talking to, like by Monday, like midday, I may have to ask some other people I know. I hate to do that. I'm not going to email the owner. I know the owner, but I'm not going to do that. That'd be crazy. But I do know someone else that maybe I can say, "Hey, can you maybe contact this dude and see what's up?" So we'll see.
Yeah. My fingers are crossed on that because anything that can help the campaign is awesome because it just helps you breathe easier and it just makes it more better chances of hitting reality.
Plasty says that first figure is a banger, but the cowboy is gold. Plasty, I gotta know, you piece of shit. Do you really feel that way? Because I remember I was so excited, like way early on. I showed Plasty the cowboy, and he was like, I think he said like, it's not for me or something like that. And I was like heartbroken because he was like the only person that I had shown, and I was so excited because Plasty's like, he's been a supporter and a fan of Odious since day one. So I was like. I was so excited to show him, and he's like, it's not for me. No es para mí. I said, what? I was like, God damn it, I hate you. No me gusta, no está para mí. Tienes otra cosa? So, nah, this is it. No, nah.
Look at that. Look at it. It's beautiful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Big Bad Toy Store are awesome with supporting Kickstarters. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, no, that's been really cool.
Just said to my wife, that Cowboy Odious is so sick. Thank you, Hank. And tell your wife to back it too, man. Stop
yeah, go in for 2 or 3 or 4.
No, Plasty. Your exact words. No es para mí.
Plasty fashionista.
Yeah. Nah, I'm glad you kind of turned around on it, Plasty. That's dope. If you're, obviously, it's a badge of honor. Like if you say you like it, that makes me very happy. Just because I respect your opinion and I respect your tastes and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. I said I was going to stop, but I'm just going to keep noodling just a little bit. But yeah, so far, what are you thinking? Are there now that it's a little bit further in? It's more in its form. Any thoughts?
Again, nothing for me to cry about quite yet.
Cool. Yeah, once we get the firmer, finer fur detail, that's definitely going to change some of that stuff.
Yeah, the shape looks good.
And you don't want a special titty torso for the Army O?
Titty? Don't say titty. I have a house full of females. I don't say titty.
Sorry, I know you're precious. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I said, sorry, I know you're precious. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Also, it was really cool to meet them. Like, I met them before, kind of, but it was like really quick in passing at, I think, Comic-Con one year.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I just rolled up and was like, hey, nice to meet you. And that was about it. So to get to hang out with them a little bit at Frankenstein's was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I kept on the way there. I kept asking him, oh, I kept telling them it's gonna be cool for you guys to meet Kevin. They're like, well, we met him quick, but they said the same thing. Like, it's just really quick, but yeah. So and then I kept asking him while we were there, have you met Kevin before? But yeah, that was cool. That was nice to run around a little bit.
Also, that was cool for us too, because like we've like hung out a little bit more at Comic-Con like a couple times, but usually that's also not really long either. So that was a nice like hang for you and I, just to, even though we were like on live, it was chill to talk about stuff and just hang out.
Yeah, it was fun. Kadim says the Cowboy sold me. Army Man was the gravy. The Samurai is also a must. Yeah, and also the Inuit too, man. Come on, the Inuit's gonna be awesome. But he says, but with all the heads the Army comes with, he's climbing the ranks. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because like when I showed the Army one, I thought like I thought the I thought the Army would sell like a bunch, but when I'm looking at the Kickstarter, it's the one that sold the least. So I'm like, well, I mean, there's only out of two. The Cowboy one has sold more, but I kind of thought people would Army build the Army one, even though it's like a little more expensive. But yeah, hopefully that kind of pushes. Hopefully we're able to push that idea with the werewolf heads.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you know, if this all goes really well and I go beyond the goal, I could add stuff, because now I have a really good sense of what I can do, like what money gets me, right? So like like I know that like I could add a full plate of tooling's worth of accessories with like, you know, $5,000 for the tooling, and then like, you know, another $5,000 or $6,000 for the cost that would add to production. So, you know, like if we get to 80,000 or more like 85,000 ish, I know I could add a bunch of stuff to all these figures. So it's like, it's cool to have that knowledge and have a better perspective on how things really work. So yeah, man, let's get it there and get it over. Because I promise you, like if it gets over, I got a lot of other cool stuff that I want to throw in there. Plasty says, I can't wait. And the shitting thing is that the Army Odious is looking incredible as well. But that Cowboy man, especially after Lethal Collector video. Yeah, shout out to Lethal Collector, man. That dude's crazy.
Yeah, man, those pose videos are so sick.
Yeah, he did a great job. And he's so cool, man, because I hit him up and I was like, hey, where do you live? And he's like, I don't know, you fucking weirdo. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna be in Southern California. You in Southern California, like by chance? He's all, yeah, in fact, I live like right here. I was like, I'm gonna pass by there. Like, I got this idea. Like, can I drop these off to you and you could like do some videos? Like, would you be down? And he's like, oh hell yeah, because he's always been a supporter and he's a good dude. And it just so happens that like he blew up and has like, you know, he surpassed a bunch of us as far as his following goes. And he's just a super nice guy. I met him at Comic-Con this last year and then ran into him briefly at punk ass New York Comic-Con. But just a super nice guy. And the fact that he jumped on it so quick and was willing to help me with this, because, you know, I totally understand the value of what he has, not only from like a skill perspective, but he has a huge following. So like for me to go, oh, can you make this video and post it? Like that's totally out of line, because that's, you know, but I'm going to do what I have to do to kind of get this in front of people. So I don't care if I'm out of line, but like at the same time, I could totally see it's like, yeah, kind of putting him in a weird spot. What if he doesn't want to do that? He's going to tell me no, and I'm going to get all pissed off. It's weird, right? But like, he's you know, he was super nice and super like I don't want to say honored because I don't want to speak for him and put that on him, but he felt very like enthusiastic about doing it and like, oh man, thank you for letting me. And I'm like, shit, I thank you for doing it, man. So
thank you for letting me.
Yeah, exactly. And then he made the videos. He knocked them out quick. And then after that, he's been so cool about everything. Emailing me stuff when I needed it. He posted it on his Instagram and he did a collab with me. I mean, I'm sorry, on YouTube, and there's like a collab function. So he did like a collab with me. So it like shows up as both of us, which is crazy because he has like 400,000 subscribers or something. Like he doesn't need to do that. And yeah, he just awesome stuff, man. A good dude and super talented.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else?
Doombot 9000 says you still have to show off the rest of the accessories, yo. Yeah, I mean, I only have artwork for accessories now. We kind of had to stop on accessories because I'm not rich and Kevin doesn't have all the time in the world. You know, we had to make it work. So, you know, but yeah, we have some cool accessories. I'll try to put together the artwork and show it to you guys.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything like question wise that you have? Like you've been watching this now for like a few hours, and probably there's a lot of the process that like again you weren't familiar with. You know, this is all kind of new to see this aspect of it. So is there anything like question wise that you have or that you're curious about or wondering like what's next kind of thing?
No, not really. I was pretty surprised by how long the process, like getting to this part, takes. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hoping that we would see how you do the details, because I'm like really curious on how that, because you know I see this and I
Mm-hmm.
just wonder how that turns into like a super, like how that turns into something like this, which is a super detailed.
Well,
like
I can do just like right now, just to like do like no, I don't want to do that. You do kind of like a section of it,
Oh,
or
okay.
get some of that started just to kind of appease that. So
Oh, it's okay. I don't want to rush the process.
no.
Yeah.
Like again, like I can undo some of this stuff if I don't like it, and I'm getting close to that point anyway, you know. But so usually it at this point, like it still is a lot of like roughing in, but now it can get a little bit more detail oriented. So I use this kind of clay tubes brush right here, and you can see it kind of has this like kind of like square rectangular flow to it, and it's really good for just kind of like getting direction going.
Okay.
And so I usually I'll lay in kind of like a good flow with this brush, and then there's a couple of brushes that I like to bring in after this. There's this standard brush, and then I throw on almost like a different brush head, and I can start to get some of these details going to kind of make it like the strands of the fur, to get like more of a combed look going
Oh
through.
yeah.
And here it still is like kind of like basic looking. It doesn't look as organic. The more I add, the more it kind of does, and then I can kind of blend stuff in together.
That's crazy. Is this the most time consuming part, or is that beginning roughen part the most time consuming?
Well, the roughing part that that doesn't take too long. Even this is like I probably cooked through this a little bit faster than I normally would, just because I'm trying to like push through and keep the stream interested and stuff like that. And again, the design is really nice to follow with what Bobo did. But yeah, hair fur stuff that takes a long time.
A million years.
Yeah.
Are there tools like? Do these ZBrush programs and whatever, do they have tools where you could go hair and just put like hair on there and it like automates it, or is that?
No. So there is like it actually can do like real kind of populated hair, but that doesn't work for producible stuff like this, like that we do, because that stuff it doesn't it's not solid, which we need like a solid mass to produce and print things.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But I mean, sometimes we get that kind of stuff from studios when we're doing like for like a movie property. They'll send their model from the film, and so I'll use that as kind of a base to. I'll either create a volume off of that by doing the shapes, or all those little strands. I'll just kind of like inflate them and blow them up until everything is like coincident geometry, so it's all like going through itself, each other. And then I'll make like a really dirty object off of that looks all like gross, and then I'll go in and I'll groom that.
Okay.
But it always it comes down to the kind of like this process where I go in and I do the rough grooming, and then I use this brush. It's called the Dame Standard, and this is basically like almost like a strand, and so I can kind of like add strands that kind of like go over, and it will like kind of dig in, or it'll lay on top. And so I'll go in and kind of like start to get that more organic look going through. right now I'm doing it kind of quick, so it won't look as good, but that kind of gives you the kind of like the idea. And I'll just kind of like go in, and if there's areas that don't look as nice, I'll just kind of rework a section, you know, until whole thing's covered. And then again, like it's another thing. It's like that judgment call. Like I can work on this for hours and do like, you know, like really detailed fur, but when it's gonna be like this big, you only got to take it so far.
Oh. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it's I can't see your stream live, so I'm like,
okay.
yeah,
So
I'm
yeah,
watching off.
you're a little delayed.
Yeah, so I didn't see when you said this big, it didn't do anything, and then a little bit later, it was zoomed out. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so you got to remember, like, you know, it's gonna be, however small
Yeah.
it's gonna be, that head. It's gonna be like, you know, like an inch or less than an inch, and those details, you can't get too crazy with them because it's just not gonna read anyway. So you don't want to waste too much time. So with you, like, you understand that, like, I can sculpt and do more sculptural hair, and you get it. I still do find some clients don't, and they want to see these really detailed sculpts, which, you know, makes sense. You want your stuff to be highly detailed, but they want to push details farther than is producible, and it's just, you know, it's a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But yeah, so that's kind of the next process that I'm going to go through, is just going through it with all these hairs on this head. And yeah, I don't like where that's at right now, so I'm gonna, whoa, my model freaked out. There we go. So I'm gonna undo most of this. But yeah, right now, or next, I'm gonna go over the whole head with that clay tubes brush to get the flow of the hair, and then I'll go in and do the more detailed hair work, and then also get some of the texturing going for the nose and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think this is good for tonight. So everybody that came through, thank you. Thank you, Wade, again for popping in and staying for almost 3 hours now. We're getting up to. You were only going to stay on for an hour, and you toughed it out. You yawned all the way to 3.
Yep. I mean, I always say an hour, but then I always kind of go longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for having me, man. This was a lot of fun. I'm sorry if I tuned out a couple of times, but yeah, it was awesome to see this whole process, and I can't wait to see how this head sculpt turns out. I know it's going to be amazing, and I know it's going to be a thing that people get really hyped up about, and you know, you're killing it, man. You're always killing it. So I look forward to working with you for a very long time on all this different Odious stuff. You know, let's get this Kickstarter done and out of the way, and on to the next cool stuff. Because I have all kinds of cool plans that every time I'm like, oh, I need to do this new sculpt or new body or whatever. That's you're gonna do. That's all shit you're doing.
What's it? Practice for a 24-hour stream? Hell no.
Well, oh yeah, no, well, because I'm gonna do my.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
It won't be 24 hours. I just tell people that because it sounds more impressive. It's more like 12 hours, but like, well, it'll probably no, it'll probably be like 15 hours because I'm gonna start at I get off. That Friday I get off work like at 3, and then you know I'll probably gotta take a shower or something, and then I'll be home already, so I can start probably like at 4. And then from 4, I'll just go until the campaign ends. Like, no matter what, even if it's already funded or if it funds halfway through, whatever, I'm gonna go all the way till it ends.
And yeah, I'll jump on with you again throughout that too, because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, that was crazy fun. That was like a highlight of that year for me. Aside from like the fact that it got done was great and everything, but that stream itself was so much fun and it was memorable. Like I heard a lot of people like telling me about that stream, like for the year, you know, like for months afterwards, or like years afterwards, basically, just talking about how fun that stream was, or like I never heard of you till that stream and I saw what you were doing. And you know what else has been cool is like there's been several other Kickstarters that kind of copied my whole formula from that first like run, you know.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, I think it's awesome. And you know, I'm not making this up. Like people have told me, like we saw what you did, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm like, hell yeah, get on it. Let me know how I could help.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to see. It was cool to see making an impact like that.
Josh asked one question. We'll do one last question before we go. He said, "How do you know when you're finished? Feels like you could just go on forever." You're right. And how do I know? Years and years of practice to just go like, I'm done. Because you can't just go on forever. But it's just like, it is all about speed, kind of. What? Oh, someone said Kickstarter. Look at this. Go up.
Oh shit.
Let it refresh.
Oh wait. No, you're off by
Let me move my
1,000, Josh
chat.
Brown. Damn it, Josh Brown. I was like, oh shit. I was all excited.
No,
I
he
thought
did-
we were gonna get to 80,000.
Oh, you tease.
Damn, I'm gonna fucking strangle you, Josh Brown.
Got me all excited.
Yeah,
Off
worst
that
thing.
grand, man.
Yeah, man. Worst thing is getting excited and then being disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Blue balls and shit. Next time I see you, Josh, I'm gonna strangle you, man. Strangle you, or drown you, or strangle. I'll decide by the next time I see you.
But yeah, no. Yeah, this has been really fun. I appreciate you. Happy to be in the world of Odious.
Yeah, I appreciate you,
I'll
man.
keep going on these heads, and we'll wake up to 70 to 79. For
Yeah,
sure.
you think so?
I think so. What? Because we are only off by a little bit. One more person in there in this chat. Come on.
No,
Back
not
something.
one more person. We need, well, unless the
What?
person
To get to
replied.
79.
Oh, 79. Yeah. No, 79. Okay, 79 is definitely doable. But yeah, one person in the chat get us to 79, and then you know maybe someone else, some other people get us to 80. But
Yeah.
oh, you said we'll be at 79 in the morning. Is that what you said, Kevin?
No, I said we could probably get to 79 like real quick. It would be
Gotcha,
cool
gotcha.
if it was 80 in the morning.
Yeah. Got you. All right.
But yeah,
So should we
link still up pinned right now. And I think that's where we're going to wrap up the sculpting. Let's get back to just the two of us. Hey. Again, pretty much everyone in chat is here through you. So they know Unparalleled Universe. That's where to find you. You can find me at KGart. Here on Twitch, you're already here. Also on Instagram, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me there. And I'm going to be continuing to sculpt on Twitch, continuing to sculpt more kick-ass Odious shit for Wade. And yeah, thanks for coming through, everyone. And thank you, Wade, for joining me for the stream.
You're very
You want
welcome.
to stick around for a little bit after we clock out just to decompress and then
Sure.
get you
Talk
to
shit
bed.
about Josh Brown.
Hmm?
We're gonna talk shit about Josh Brown, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'll say all the nice stuff, you say all the shit.
Okay, got it.
All right. Everybody, thank you for coming in and have a good night. Peace.